Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. I'm here. I'm Hazel. This is Kira. This is my cat. If you've never met it before, she would says it's nice to meet you, or she would if she spoke the words with the out loud. Hello, happy Saturday. What kind of food are you talking about here? Pancakes, cinnamon rolls, cookies, oatmeal, bagels. Pancakes with applesauce in them. Oh. Now, what do you do with the bagels is the important question. There's a lot of right answers. You have a cat? I know, it's shocking, right? You never would have seen it coming. Eat them, of course. Plain? Untoasted? You know, what are our intermediary steps? Sweet girl. She was just loafing like this on the arm of the chair, and then like 10 seconds before the countdown ended, she like sat up and meowed at me and turned around, and I don't know what it was that she wanted. Hi. What is it that you would like? What's up? You're facing the wrong way. Hi. I slept in a little bit this morning, and she wasn't a fan of that. She wanted me to get up. How much cream cheese is the upper limit for your eggs? At the risk of alienating some of you, cream cheese is not my favorite thing to put on a bagel. I actually prefer them usually with butter or margarine. And we're just all going to have to be okay with that. I mean, smoked salmon is the correct choice. And with smoked salmon, I will add a cream cheese layer underneath, but why not both? Upper limit is 0? Not nothing. I'm not against it. I will and have put cream cheese on them. It's just when I realize that I have both in my fridge available to me, I don't really reach for the cream cheese. I use cream cheese when I buy it in blocks, and I slice off strips of it and I roll them into sushi. Well, sushi. Streaming your main job. Streaming / YouTube. Asking if you've reached the hardest stage for content creators. I don't know. What's the hardest stage for content creators? Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. I would argue that the hardest stage was like what? How many years am I in now? The part where you keep making a lot of stuff and keep making it better, even though it's not good and nobody wants to watch it because it's not good. That stage is where you lose a lot of people. I'm almost too comfy now, in that I just turn on the stream and then I go, well, I'm gonna verbally sleep. Living off only making content and streaming. Oh, I see. Yeah. I've been doing that for years. Wonderful regardless of how you slice it. Pun intended. True. Butter on a plain bagel. Smoked salmon is amazing. Smoked salmon is one of those things that I understand is not like the healthiest thing I could eat. And it's also not the cheapest thing I can eat. Therefore, it is not a part of my everyday diet. But if I wouldn't be upset if one day it made its way to that point. This mog really grew on me overnight. I made this mog yesterday at the end of the stream because I got this helmet in Antorus. Why is there no light? There's the light. Well, I don't know. I got this helmet in Antorus while we were running to try to get the Antorus mount, which we did not get because I could not get past A&R. But then we put it into a mog, and I'm pretty happy with that. What is in the cards for today? I don't know. I haven't done my tarot reading. I had some thoughts, and they're not really staying put in the brain. They're kind of floating through it like clouds. So I'm just gonna noodle around, and then maybe I'll grab one. I killed this rare. This character could move. You know what I kind of want to do? Is Tomb of Sargeras. You know how fun it was when I was lost in Antorus yesterday? I want to go get lost in Tomb of Sargeras because there's not a chance I know my way around there. But also, there's got to be Mog that I need. There's got to be Mog that I need there on my Evoker. And I betcha I can just bowl my way at least as far as Mr. Assassin to get a chance at the Abyssworm mount. So I think I'll start with that. You know, maybe we'll get some Gear to Vendor for gold. Maybe we'll get some Transmog. Maybe we'll just make some memories. BRD has tons of Mog. Do you still PvP with your Druid, or are you interested in using a new class for PvP? I'm not PvPing on anything lately, and I haven't been hit with the urge yet. I don't know what precipitates my PvP phases, but whatever it is hasn't happened to me yet in Dragonflight. I reached the point where I was kind of caught up in my main, which is normally the thing. Typically, I'll get, done with keys for a season, which I'm pretty much done now, and I'll get done with raid for a season, which I'm pretty much done now. I think we're still going to be raiding, but we're full clear through heroic, and we're not a mythic guild, so that's the end of that, more or less. Which kind of opens me up into this magical world of collecting stuff and just kind of killing time and having fun in a low pressure casual format. And normally that's where I would be like, all right, well, it's time for me to set up a PvP character and have fun for the rest of the season, because in theory I would like to get at least the Vicious mount. But practically I haven't even finished leveling my druid, and right now my druid is so conveniently parked. She's just sitting all pretty at Nalik, farming the Cloud Serpent that drops there. And if I wanted to keep leveling her so I could set her up for PvP, I would probably have to move her. But I also don't really want a PvP on Evoker. I don't know. I don't know why that doesn't appeal to me. I'm sure they're great. But I've barely figured out how to heal raids in Mythic Plus on it. I don't know if I want to look at a third format. I think it might just confuse me too much. Be a real plot twist if you actually did regular tarot readings. If any city was ever going to get me into it, it would be this one. That's the kind of tarot cards are the kind of thing I see for sale from a variety of establishments, just kind of around. It's I don't know if it's popular, but it's certainly out there. Dungeon difficulty, raid difficulty, mythic. Yeah, okie dokie. You do not need to be on Mythic in order to get the Abyss Worm mount that I am technically here for, but it appears that I need all kinds of Mog from all kinds of difficulties. I wonder if these are shared appearances, actually, because they seem to be the same amount of completion. Anyways, I'm gonna just kind of run through this, and I suppose if it starts going poorly, maybe I can just turn it down. I have been purchasing this user account on the dark web. Please welcome me warmly. Well, your first lesson is if you're going to enter any kind of a public chat channel, you have to start with Floyd here. Floyd here now, something to that effect. It's a reference that is dated and will go over the heads of a variety of people exposed to it. But we admire the consistency, and it is required. And how are you enjoying your main class choice of Evoker? What's your favorite part compared to other classes? Ooh. I like that it can move. Evoker has more mobility than Priest used to. It's also it's not tanky, but it's a little more survivable than Priest used to be. Mind you, I can't fairly compare it to current Priest because I haven't played enough of it, but I feel like I can live through stuff more. That was the one thing that was kind of getting me down and making me blue in the final seasons of Shadowlands, is I would be just trying my heart out in keys, and I would just it felt like every time I would get hit by things and it would be my fault before I died, but I would heal keys and I would see everybody else in my party getting hit by the same things and not dying, and the injustice of it rankled. So I appreciate that my Evoker, it's not so much that I'm that much tankier. Evokers are also a little bit squishy in the grand scheme of things, but I will say that I can get out of stuff faster having 2 charges of hover with a little sprint on it. Is nice. What are we farming today? I want transmog, and I want the Abyss Worm. There's a mount off of Mistress Sassine here, and then there's all kinds of Mog off of all kinds of bosses. I don't know what any of it looks like. I just know that Legion is a decent place for Mog in general. There's some cool appearances here, so it seems like as good a spot as any to start filling in my gaps. And we do enough damage now that Mythic Legion raids are pretty easy until you hit fights that are not meant to be done by one person. More or less. Don't do keys my Evoker, just world content, but it feels terribly squishy. Yeah, renewing Blaze and Obsidian Scales are your best friend, but there are crises that renewing Scales and Obsidian Blaze can't get you out of, and then there's also the fatal flaw that sometimes I forget to press them, and then there's nothing saving me. Did you get the hatchling to sit on your shoulder for Traveler's Log? I don't think I did, but I did finish my Traveler's Log within the first couple of days. I slammed that out right away when it came out. I run a great... I'm just going to end up doing a bunch of laps here, and I would just say it would be best if you don't get too invested in me doing this very efficiently, because I definitely don't know my way around. And sometimes I find I'll learn better if I just kind of fiddle. There's Khadgar's over there. There's a hole in the ground. This feels relevant. I think last time I came in here, I also did a lot of wandering. I feel like I did it wrong to an extent. I think I bugged something out. I backpedaled a whole bunch. There was like a thing I was supposed to click on. I clicked on the hammer this time. That felt important. I don't know. We'll sort it out. I made a paladin. I am a cat now. I need to figure out how to play it. Those seem like separate statements. You made a paladin and you are a cat. You mean a druid? If Cat, can you add some stuff for bear form too? Yeah, absolutely. Every time I'm setting up a druid bars, I will shift into each of the different forms, and then I will add the buttons from that form that I have access to my bar. You won't need a lot of it, but you never know what you might end up needing, and it's nice to have them all kind of keybound and ready to go. Why do you play Alliance? I have people that I play with, so finding groups isn't a big problem, but also groups are totally cross-wide. The group I raid with has Alliance and Horde players, both as a part of it, so it's not really as much of a consideration anymore. I like the Alliance cities. A lot of Nighthold for Transmog lately. Think that might be my favorite raid. It's so nice. I will make better friends with Nighthold, I think, over time. I think it is a good raid. It's beautiful in there. I just gotta live there a little longer and get a little more used to it. Now that door I remember once upon a time being shut to me, so having it open is a good sign. Tomb has such a nautical theme. Yeah, that is surprising now that you mention it. I found a bat. Was I supposed to pull that? Who's to say? Oh, it's for a world quest. Oh, I'm gonna get 1,000 order resources. I'm gonna be so rich. Look at us all set. Okay. I'm definitely using those for... I don't even know what you would do with them anymore. Mission table, I guess? I know people will use the old mission tables from Shadowlands and BFA and Legion and even Warlords of Draenor to get things in the interest of making gold or collecting, or I don't know. There's stuff you can get. I pretend that there isn't. And as far as I'm concerned, there are no mission tables in the game, and there never have been. I got my stuff, I made my gold, I'm done. Oh dear. I want to play Horde once to see the story from the other side, though. It's nice if you're collecting to have characters of both sides, because there are some quest lines that can only be done by either faction. There's certain mounts that can only be farmed in either faction. And nowadays that you can just send your own gold and items and stuff between them, I will easily, I'll just have alts of both. It doesn't feel like a big deal to me. I have a horde, like an orc shaman that I'm leveling. Her name is Honey Plum. She is currently living in a cave in the Northern Barrens because there are 2 rares that spawn in the cave that drop axes that she doesn't have the mog for, and I just can't let it go. I could move her almost anywhere else and find quests to do for mog, or I could do dungeons. I could just finish leveling her and have another character to run Nalik with. Any luck? Nope, not so much. But no, I keep running her back out to that same cave to camp those same rares, and they keep not dropping me their axes, and that's who I am. Oh, that's who I am at the end of the day. Meow. Catch-up mechanic for tier sets would be Catalyst, right? Yeah, you can send gold between Horde and Alliance. They do need to be the same server, just like always. But yeah, ever since they added the cross-realm grouping, you can save your stuff. Oh, so many doors. I know, right? It's awesome just for having, you know what I actually really like? I came from here, didn't I? gonna wander around. I really like having my off-faction alts aren't in a guild because guilds are not cross-faction, so I never added them to my main guild. So sometimes if I just kind of want to, I don't know, I don't do this very often lately because if I'm not doing group content or streaming, I'm usually not in my office. But if I was and I wanted to just kind of hang out and WoW and have some quiet me time and just be undercover and not, you know, visible to anybody that might want me to do keys. Not that I would ever do such a thing. I'm always available to do keys. But, you know, getting on a horde alt is a good way of doing it because, you know, I'm not in any kind of guild. I'm not on any kind of friends list or anything. I'm offline all the time. I stepped on the puddle. So, it's, you know, nice place to go for some alone time. Zenafia, thank you very much for the 6-month resub. Hello, hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you very much. I hope you have one too. Doing BFA Storyline to unlock additional races of characters. Every other of your characters is in a guild. A good chunk of them. Not all of them, but a good chunk of them. I suppose some of the Alliance ones aren't in a guild too. It's just one thing that came to mind. Alright. Priestesses of the Moon. Yeah, I heard they've talked in interviews. I think the cross-faction guilds is more of a, you know what? I don't know. And if I say anything, I'm just going to be talking out of my butt. I think it's more of a technical limitation than like a they don't want to do it situation. But I don't actually know that for sure. I know they've done a bunch of interviews, but I can't say I remember the details. Won't save the imbalance between faction though. What does it matter though? Like if we can all play together and you know get more option of different races to play and different cities to enjoy and different stories to play through, why is it important if there's more people in one faction or another faction? You know, like when it used to limit your ability to do group content, it was kind of a big deal, so they fixed that. And now it feels almost just like an aesthetic choice, which I think is great, you know? Do the same with my horde alts, have them all in a guild that I now own because all my old guildies quit. Adopted a 5-year-old Chihuahua today. I pick her up tomorrow. Just wanted to share a goodness. Oh my word. Oh, I'm so happy for you. You get a new baby to get to know. Oh, that's so sweet. I saw a dog yesterday. I mean, I saw a lot of dogs because you go outside and you see dogs. But I saw a dog that somebody was walking and they had stopped kind of beside me, waiting to cross the street. And this one dog was really, 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 really cute. They're all really cute, but this was a really cute dog. And it's just kind of like waiting patiently for the light to change, doing its own thing. And it kind of looks at me and I kind of look at the dog and we make eye contact. And that was probably my mistake, but we make eye contact and then the dog's like, oh boy, I gotta say hi to you. And it like lunges over to like give kisses and say hi. And the owner was a bit embarrassed, but I was so happy just because they can sense me. They know how much I just want to love them. I am dog crazy right now. I have made it back up to the top. There's a variety of stairs. Those are closed doors though, aren't they? If that is a closed door, it may never be an open door. Who's to say? I stepped on another thing. That's a good coffee break. Works out. The traps are big purple circles on the ground. They look a bit like the icon, honestly. Dogs we've deployed to convince Hazel to get a dog are working. Oh, Hazel's convinced. You don't got to talk me into it. I'm just waiting until the time is right. I'm waiting until I can do it safely and responsibly for all the animals involved. I need a bit more space so that I can introduce a dog to my cat very, very, very slowly. So that's where I came from. This door that I've ended up on the wrong side of doesn't actually go anywhere. So, oh, I found a door I can open though. That's a good sign. What's through here? I have already done the boss that I wanted to do for the... I've already done the boss that I wanted for the mount. So if I do get super lost and frustrated, I can just leave, and I have already tried to do the thing. This doesn't seem like it's for anything, does it? Deploy more dogs. Shepherd Lab Mix got a kitten about 4 months ago. They're best buds now. Aww. I have really unrealistic dreams about my cat, just like making friends with a dog and snuggling up with one and just having them hang out. I think that's unrealistic. She's lived with a dog before, but she only ever treated him with disdain. Yes. She wasn't a big fan of him. She didn't hate him, but she just didn't. She would just kind of look at him and be like, why are you in my bed? And then he would get out of the bed and she would go to sleep. And now that she doesn't see very well anymore, I worry about her not being able to read social cues or panicking if she wants to run away. Oh no, there we go. At least I can backtrack to where I was. Clearly this stairway is not the way to go yet. Consider making my own guild to avoid that. Have the changes to Preservation Evoker changed your playstyle at all? I started, and mind you, I haven't backed any of this up by like checking guides or theory crafting or anything, so for all I know, I'm making it up and doing it wrong. But I started, after the changes, I started using Temporal Anomaly a lot more often. Before, it was annoying. Previously, it was really annoying, and it was very expensive. And now, it's very useful and very expensive. But I wasn't really spending mana in any... That's what it looks like. That's the trap. I wasn't really spending mana in any of my builds before anyways, so now I will, most of my builds, not all of them, but most of my builds have Temporal Anomaly in them, and I'll use it, generally speaking, to mass apply reversions to people so that I can get more procs of my set bonus. That's a very useful sort of extra cooldown-ish, I guess, for me to have. I don't do it on cooldown, certainly, but I'll weave it in between other things like stasis and rewind and I guess a little bit Emerald Communion and stuff like that, so that to help me get through the tough spot, and that's been helping me keep up in 20s. Now it does just for Echo Spread? Yeah. This place is so easy to get lost in. I appreciate that it has, and appreciate is a sarcastic word here, it has closed doors that it's very unclear to me when they open. The fact that I was able to go up some stairs to what looked like a new direction, and I guess maybe people are just supposed to know their way around here because it's a raid and they do it every week for years, but you know, it looked like a perfectly good direction to go. I hadn't been there yet. I'd killed some bosses. I went up some stairs and I found myself at a dead end. Because I guess I just hadn't killed enough bosses. I bet you anything that door opens again and that's like a shortcut back. I thought that it was the way forward and it was not. Nice weekend plans. I'm gonna stream today and tomorrow. I'm gonna clean my apartment because it's Saturday, so I'm gonna do another load of laundry and scrub out the tub and stuff like that. A little water change for the aquarium. I want to spend some quiet time at my desk. I don't think I'm going out. I went out for a good walk yesterday. That was great. I walked to the beach. I walked through park. I saw ducks. I saw goats. It was I had a very nice time out yesterday, and I'm ready for a couple of quiet days, just staying warm at home. It's not as blasted by the winter outside as it is many places, but it is pretty blasted by the winter. It's chilly out there, so I'm not trying to spend a bunch of time outside. I'm gonna be right back. One sec. Okay, then. Yesterday was good. Yesterday was good. I got a lot more exercise than I'm used to, and I am wiped today. I didn't even run or anything. There were just like a couple of hills, and it was a long walk. Do you agree that doing laundry isn't nearly as bad as it's made out to be? For me, I would say correct. Doing laundry in my modern world where I make the robots, well, the laundry machine, do the washing and the drying, and all I have to do is put it in and put in detergent and then fold it and put it away after. I find that to be a relaxing and nice chore that my cat shows up to. However, I will never judge other people for not enjoying laundry because other people, well, first of all, everybody has their own hang-ups. I'm cool with laundry and cleaning in general, but there are other things that are like pulling eyeballs to try to get me to do. Secondly, a lot of people are doing laundry for more than just themselves, and I'm really just washing my own clothes over here, so I guess towels and sheets too, but it's kind of like a satisfying self-care chore when you're just doing your own laundry, and there's people that do laundry for lots of people that can probably get more frustrating. And yeah, different people get hung up on different things or find different things super boring. I like laundry, but that's just me. Do you have the robots in your apartment or like in the basement? I have in-unit laundry here. It's awesome. Okay, so door is open. Oh, I found another one. I'm gonna find all of them. Maybe there's an achievement for getting stuck in every single trap. Hate folding laundry, even though it only takes 5 to 10 minutes. Brain perceives it as an insurmountable task. I've heard that's a really common experience. And I have that experience, but just with other stuff. Mine kicks in if I have to make phone calls or do anything kind of like official or bureaucratic, like figure out something that I don't understand about like renewing my car insurance or I don't know, administrative stuff like that. Anything that you would get a personal like secretary to do if you had one, I'm like insanely allergic to. But laundry, I feel like I understand it. I know how to do it. I get to do it my way. Plus, I'm an enormous fan. Why have I found the balcony? What is the point of that? How did I even get up there? I'm leaving. So that way goes to the Abyssal Throne. That door goes to the Abyssal Approach. That door goes to the Chamber of the Moon. I'm just going to keep clicking doors. Can I go down there yet? Betcha I can go down there. Let's go back to the middle and see if I can go down. Let's see if I can go through that door that I got stuck on before. I've killed another boss since then, so maybe I can do it now. Laundry stop and start, which some people dislike. Hate the dishes. Doing dishes is a no-no. Dishes I can handle as long as I'm allowed to wear gloves. I hated doing the dishes until I just got dish gloves, and now we're chilling. I still don't. I share responsibility for that at home, but oh man, yeah. As long as like with gloves, I don't have to worry like, oh, the water's too hot, the water's too cold, my hands are too dry, my skin's irritated, my eczema's acting up. Like I don't have to worry about any of that. I can just wear a big old. I'm totally fine with cleaning up anything that I perceive as like gross. Because as a kid, you would see like wet food in the sink after you'd washed off a dish, and you would be like, okay, so I'm still not allowed through this door. Oh, maybe if I click on the switches. Hey, there's a doorknob. Look at that. Wow, fancy. Yeah, as a kid, I would get really grossed out by like a piece of soggy bread in the dish drain. And I don't think we had dish gloves, or if we did, I didn't use them. I don't know. But that would freak me out, and I was upset about the whole thing. But then as a grown-up, I'll clean any variety of somewhat gross feeling things as long as I don't have to touch them. So gloves are prime. I went there already. We're going down here now. Yeah. I see cat. Hi, cat. Hi, kitty cat. How you doing? Oh, I've annoyed her somehow. I can feel her tail flapping against my hip. What is a buttercup? Floating bits of food make me gag. Yeah. I'm picky about stuff on my hands. I don't like sticky, slimy, weird. I don't know. I can deal with oily because I know I can dish soap off oily, but I'd rather just kind of wear gloves and then I can do the whole job and it's all good. Hey, hanging it, washing on the line, putting it on the hills. Hoist pains me. Stuck there for about 30 minutes running around. I'm just gonna pretend that I'm learning. All right, Light of Creation. Let's go. Carnal X, Melter. I might actually finish this whole raid, though, which is better than I could say for Antorus yesterday. There we go. Not getting very lucky with the transmog drops, I must say. I think I've gotten, like, one piece this whole time when I had, like, 100 and something that I could get, but that's okay. I think there's going to be an elevator coming eventually. Maybe I should clear the trash just in case that matters. Click the skinny circle, skips the elevator. Oh. What does it say? It says teleportation pad. Oh. Neat. Is this another doorknob situation? Oh no, okay. Make hold raid drops the postmaster's problem. Yeah, as long as I clear out my bags between each raid that I run, I don't usually have that problem. Okay. Leg guards a siphoned power. Yes, please. They relented and didn't make you wait 2 minutes every time I wanted to slap KJ for his loot. Trying to think of why else laundry is nice. I think my laundry loads aren't huge either. Like and my clothes are pretty easy to fold now. I think if it was teenage me doing laundry, or when it was teenage me doing laundry, because I did do my own laundry as a teenager, you know, you had a bajillion, or not a bajillion, but what felt like a lot of different clothing items. They were all a different shape. They were all different materials. They were all different textures. Some of them are slippery and some, like, plus that was back in the days where you would just kind of like fold something vaguely and then chuck it in a drawer and then it would just get all roiled around anyways because I hadn't learned the standing folding yet. And now I am folding like very uniform items. I have, you know, all of my socks are the same type of sock. I just have like a lot of them. I have a tall and a short version. I wear almost exclusively t-shirts. They fold into nice squares. I stick them in the drawer and then we're done. I think that my clothes and my wardrobe are a lot more simple. There's also not as much of it. So I do laundry more often because I don't want to run out of stuff to wear. And just because I don't know, it seems easier by design than it used to be. I'm not folding blouses. I'm not caring for anything very delicate. All of my stuff is pretty chill. It can basically all be washed in the same you know, settings and whatnot. Unifying clothes types helps a lot. Yeah, I used to have to pay a bunch more attention to it, or I would miswash something because I didn't have the patience for like finicky laundry, and then I would ruin something. And now I just don't acquire the item that requires finicky laundering. I had a moment where I thought, well, part of being a grown-up means learning how to deal with labels that say dry cleaning only, and I've decided to disregard that part of being a grown-up because that's stupid. Advice to find motivation to do tasks you keep putting off. Oh, do I have any good advice? I struggle with that to an embarrassing degree. Says the woman that still hasn't put out the Jailer Guide despite, or not Jailer Guide. I did put out the Jailer Guide. Hasn't put out the Raszageth Guide despite the fact that raid's like almost over. At this point, we're just trying to get it out before PTR testing starts for the next raid. Oh, I mean, there's lots of stuff you can do. The question is whether you will do it. I have so many techniques, they're almost not useful anymore. If there's anybody else that you know that is also putting off a thing or that has something of the same category to do, or basically anybody that you can talk to and schedule an appointment basically and say, hey, we're going to meet up at this time and we're both going to do either our things or we're going to do this thing together, then that kind of forces you to not put it off anymore because, I think I'm supposed to leave. That kind of forces you to not put it off anymore because you have an appointment made with somebody that will know if you ghost them. That usually works for me. I also hate doing it because I don't want to involve anybody else in my stuff. So, that's what I've found to be the most effective thing, is to, like, find somebody else that can do that, make that kind of appointment with you. And often there's another person that you might know that's struggling with that same kind of thing that's also been putting something off, and then just, you know, having the both of you be like, all right, we're just going to deal with this. We're going to get it over with. We're going to do our best. Helps a lot. Had a sweater I love that I accidentally didn't dry clean toddler size by the time it was done. Oh no. Forcing yourself to record videos 2 weeks behind on lectures. Oh. You guys are kind of asking the patient for medicine here. I have a lot of experience in this area, but I don't have a ton of experience in overcoming these problems. Like a study group works well to force you to do stuff, yeah. I also, I tend to be a spiteful, ornery creature that gets very resentful and rebellious feeling if I feel like anybody's trying to make me do something. I feel, so it's a bit of a, it has to feel like it came from me. And sometimes I'll feel rebellious against myself. I'll be like, okay, I said I would sit down at my desk and work on this. And now I'm going to show myself that she can't order me around by just daydreaming for 45 minutes instead of working on it, because that's a healthy thing to do that makes sense. But like, if I don't feel like doing it, it will almost never happen. And you can't rely on feeling like doing it. And that's something I haven't, I don't know. I think the answer is that there isn't an easy solution. There are a lot of hard solutions, and if you use enough of them for long enough, you will eventually make some progress. So things like mindfulness is very good, learning how to meditate if you can, but if not, just learning how to build some mindfulness and awareness of what your patterns are like, and what types of things are you thinking about before you go off the rails. And that's gonna knock me back again. But I'm an evoker, so I can cheat. You know, you start by just building an awareness of what it is that's going on with you, and then you learn how to build some space in between the thing that you're responding to and your response. And then the third step, which I still haven't figured out yet, is adjusting your response with that newfound space that you've given yourself to make that decision. Kill Jaden, can you just come back, please? Can you come back here? Thank you. I don't know if I can do this the first try. Can I even... Are you immune? Yeah, he's taking 99% reduced damage. It's a bummer. He doesn't hurt me very much, but... These things knock you back. Pretty sure. Yeah. But just your little glidey thing will stop your momentum. You just have to be cute, be quick. Hello, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, we did it.
Our fates.
Respec Resto to dispel yourself. Oh, okay. Sure, deadlines helps me. Seeing things I don't like as a means to do something I do like helps a lot. The trouble I run into with that technique is in the past when I've tried to like reward myself for doing a thing that I don't want, being like, oh, I'll get through this and then I'll watch a show on Netflix, or I'll, you know, eat some M&Ms or whatever it is that you're doing, is I find that the more I try to bribe myself to do something I don't like, the more I get ingrained in my mind that you hate this thing and you really don't want to do it. And then I'll just talk myself out of whatever the proposed reward was, because I don't care that much about anything. I need to, I can't pose it as a, like, even if it's true that I don't like it, I need to kind of lie to myself and pretend that I do like it. Or at the very least tell myself that I'm good at it. I can usually mess with my ego that way. Otherwise, I just get increasingly resistant to it, and I'm a stubborn thing. I did everything I wanted to do. Is there any loot? Any of you guys gonna give me any stuff for that? You've got a bunch of quests for me. Those are probably skips. Did I defeat Kill Jaden? I thought I did. Back from the shop. Skull is a chest. Oh! Okay. There we go. No Mog, really? I guess a lot of these things are artifact relics. Which are not useful to me. I guess they're like 18 gold each. But good news, we made it all the way through Tomb of Sargeras. I'm gonna take myself back to Veldraken and clean up my bags. Oh, sorry, baby girl. Hi. From what I've heard, BFA raids can be soloed, but it's kind of tricky, and there are bosses that will kind of hold you up. I haven't been there myself to give you more specific details. I think I'm sticking to Legion raids for now. And by Legion raids, I mean Legion raids except for Antorus, because Antorus and I are fighting. I wonder if there's good Mog in Trial of Valor I could get. That's something I should look into. That must be a pretty easy to solo raid. I don't remember the fights wildly, but I betcha I can laser most of them down with Carnalex. And there must be decent Mog. Okay, get rid of all that. I used to have an add-on do this for me, but times change. I don't know why I'm getting plundered treasure. That must be something I did in Pandaria, maybe? It just has a little bit of gold. 2 gold. 2 gold 28. It's 2 gold I get to keep, I suppose. Okay. Damn. Quest that gives you a transmog set. That I did already. I've done Chosen Dead. I don't know if you get it for all I don't know if you get that set for all armor types when you do it. But I at least have it for cloth. Or maybe it's a universal set and I just have it. What am I thinking of? Seashell things? Don't know what to use them for. Oh, these ominous conches. You go to a large lunker sighting. You can use them. It'll consume 5 and summon a NPC to kill. Traditionally, it's just a standard big lunker that will have, you know, maybe some fish or maybe a coin if you're lucky, like a fishing coin. But there's a chance for it to summon a rare boss that can drop actual loot. And the lunker boss you can summon will be different depending on which large fishing sighting that you're chucking it at. So so there's always a fishing hole here, and there is a large lunker sighting by the Rivermouth fishing hole there. But depending on the week, there will be another one active. It looks like this week, I've lost count. It looks like this week it is Grim Tusks here, and there is a lunker sighting there that you can chuck them in. I haven't done it in ages because I can't remember what I would want from it. I think I'm good. Main thing I want comes from the first boss. Can give that a go. Yay! I bet you got it. 200 of those. Yeah, they're it's one of those things that you can use the harpoons on, but you don't have to use the harpoons on them. All right, let's I was gonna say let's just go do Trial of Valor. The trouble is I don't remember how to get into the Trial of Valor. Oh, hi, Bun Bun. I don't remember how to get into the Trial of Valor. Is it by the Halls of Valor entrance? Is it just that you run the other way, you get into the raid? Is that it? That might be it. Yes? Okay. I want to look at the thing. Legion. Trial of Valor. So 049 appearances. Okay. 10 per difficulty. Well, let's do it on Mythic. You know how I can get there. Path of Proven Worth. Gotta love it. Can't be mad at that. Study armors more. Some armors which are a badge of honor, but WoW has a lot of things like this. Pro move. This is why I have to keep my Evoker as my main. She has all the well, not all the portals, but she has this season's worth of portals. And, you know, it'd be nice to collect all of them on one character. I wish they would just make them account-wide, even if they share a cooldown, but yeah, it's all right. Oh, this is a pretty place. All right, so what are we specifically looking for? There's a zone drop. Each boss has 3 different pieces of loot that they could give me. If there was a quest to pick up by the entrance. Oh, I can turn around. I'm just double checking. I don't see any quest to pick up by the entrance. If the quest is outside of the instance for the thing. I swear, I mean, I know I've done it before. I guess I just don't know if it gives it to you for multiple. Maybe it doesn't count in this setting? Well, it has Trial of Style. Hang on a second. I'm not using Better Wardrobe and Transmog right now. Doesn't say. Maybe I don't have it. Sometimes wish the portal were a Cant wide. Yeah, my old human priest has the last expansion portals, but I don't think I'm gonna main that character again. From Odin after you defeat him, rewards a normal type set only. Okay. I'll keep an eye out for it. Oh, this may or may not give me flashbacks. This was the first raid that I ever did raid guides for. I haven't watched them since. I'm sure they're not very good. Nobody does anything well the first... Well, some people do things well the first time. And I'm happy for them. Hello, are you saying things? I think he's saying things. No, I think Shadowlands was the first time I got portals. I don't think I was doing dungeons at a high enough level to get portals before that. Maybe, but I doubt it. Plus, when I was a gnome and I was a shadow priest, I definitely wasn't doing 20 keys before I was healing. There were no portals before 9.1? No. Well, that answers that question. Okay, so I can start it now. Do I have to tank them together? Will that make the shield go away? I don't know anything about this. Because they're taking 99% reduced damage. Oh. I mean, I can try and kill them anyway. That'll be a bit slow. I'm on Mythic, which I do not fully understand. Oh, I got all the colors. If there's any one-shot mechanics, I will certainly be one-shot. I mean, I'm making some progress, so maybe I just keep wailing on them. Yeah. I wasn't able to get them enough distance to drop it before. So now we go. Go. See if I can get him far enough. Oh, there we go. Go! Nope. It's just, well, maybe if I kill one of them, the other one will drop their shield. Let's, focus him though. Well, he's reviving now. Can you come over this way, please? Oh dear. Okay, so maybe it's a kill them together kind of situation. All right. The good news is they don't seem capable of killing me. This is a target dummy simulator. I'm cleaving more than I expected to. I'm gonna be able to kill her, but I don't want to kill her right now. I want to kill him. Okay, 29%, 26%. So they're pretty even. And now they're both reviving. Oh, we found Odin! We found Odin! He doesn't have a damage reduction shield on him. Wow. There we go. Oh boy. Hi. We did it, kitty cat. Any good loot? What do we want? There's 3 items. Legs, boots, and a mantle. Anything? Okay, we got the boots. We got a piece of Mog to drop. Radiant Soul Sabatons. They got teeth on the front. Claws. They got little claws on the booty toe. Look, the booty toe? The booty toe. Why did I say booty toe? Baby booties, maybe? Yeah, because it's a boot. That's why I said that. It's morning. I make all the excuses. All right, off we go. From the future, as imagined in the 80s. Me? Odd never. I would argue that I am the most normal person. I am the actual national standard average, and anybody else that's not precisely like me, maybe they're the weird ones. Okay, so there's gonna be another boss. Oh, it's nice to kill things that just die. Oh dear. Yeah. Wonder if you can get lost in this raid. I mean, possibly. I kind of thought there was a boss over here, but maybe I'm mistaking it with like the overworld where there might have been like a mini boss up there. No, because you fight Gwarm and you fight Herja. They're both going to be in the underworld through this portal that's definitely going to let me through. Maybe I'm just haven't killed enough trash. Maybe there's like a mini boss that you have to kill to open up the portal. Maybe I can do it now. Oh, I can do it now. There we go. Problem solved. Okay. So Guam's over here. This was a fun fight. This is a cool boy. What's his deal? Oh, he's just gonna cleave. That's okay. That's so satisfying. We did it. Second boss down. I got gloves. I got how do you pronounce the Kvaldir? It can't be Kvaldir. There's no way. One of those letters is silent. Are we saying Valdir or Kaldir or none of the above? There are some words in which I can kind of guess pronunciations and other ones in which I have no earthly idea. I'm going to see, are they cool? Oh, no, they match the other set. What on earth does this set even look like when you get the whole thing? Hang on a second. I guess it's not going to be in my appearance journal, is it? Say all the letters, say it differently every time. You pronounce the K. Do you pronounce the V? Remember, these are Vikings. I've never met a Viking. I don't know what they sound like. Unruffled Cat, thank you for the 2-month resub. Hello, happy Saturday. My apartment has yet to be pillaged. Just hasn't happened to me yet. Oh my goodness, Helya was hard. I remember progressing on this. This was a bummer fight to progress on. Partly because this is just a gloomy place to begin with, but partly because we were grim going through here. She was so hard, and it was so frustrating because why was it frustrating? Was it long? Was it personal responsibility? Are the details lost to time? I just remember, I just got a strong sense memory of being gloomy out here. They have no time for lingual finesse. Kvaldir. Okay, all right. I suppose so. All right. I guess I probably need to finish doing these. I did always appreciate Helya's fashion sense. She has a heck of a dress. Raid-sized rhythm game? Don't remember. Raid-sized rhythm game was more Castle Nathria with the sachet left. No, come back. She is coming back. She's very upset. He boats! I haven't been in here in a bit. What does she drop me? Drape, chest piece, and then a waist guard, like a belt. Yeah, I remember the tentacles being kind of important. The ads were kind of important. You would send ad groups up to the stairways. boats go? I guess we're in the afterlife. It doesn't really matter. Helia, can we play? Can we hang out again? Can I just... Maybe I can just kill her, actually. Oh, she's so far. I can't kill her. I need her to come back. All the tentacles. But they keep coming back. Just try to say it straightforward like it's written. Huh. Well, that's kind of refreshing. Alright, she's... I miss tentacle overlords. How many afterlives are there? Yeah, that's a good point. There we go. Oh, so I just got it. I just got the Chains of the Chosen Dead for Hunter, Shaman, Evoker. The male one. Scale 1 to 10. Is that guaranteed or am I lucky? I feel lucky. Am I lucky? Unbelievable. Alright, I want to see what this looks like. So now I have the cloth in the male version. Ooh, that's cool! I have the cloth in the male version, and I'm missing the leather and the plate. Insanely lucky. Guaranteed. Conflicting answers. Oh, boy. That's cool. Will I wear it? Hard to say. Kind of unlikely, but I'm glad I have it on me. I might wear it on a shaman, actually. Or maybe just use the the chomper shoulder. Did I get anything else? I got the Kavaldir Exalt's grips. Got the gloves. Cool. And now Odin will say, hello. Valar Soul Fragment. So that's the quest that you do if you want to, like, get that thing that I just got? Or maybe a different different colorway of it? It doesn't say known. Maybe it'll say known if I reload. Different color? Oh. Yeah, it must be. All right. Well, I will keep that on me then. Neat. I'm enjoying raid running today. Maybe I'll find some different ones to work on just for mock. Let's go back to Veldreca and then have a little look and see. Slightly different shade of yellow. Could be the LFR version. Oh, okay. It's just nice to get like an entire transmog set in one swoop. You don't do that in too many different places. There's quests where you have to kill like 8 deer, but you can kill the baby non-agrifons. There's one in particular that's an alchemy quest. And actually, maybe I should look into see if I've done my alchemy. No, I should just do this while I'm thinking about it. There's one alchemy quest for mammoth tusks, and the fastest way by far to get that done is to target the families of mammoths with the little babies, because the adorable babies have like the same drop rate, and it's really slow to do otherwise. So yeah, in terms of World of Warcraft, we're pragmatic. We get the job done. We're not, you know, is it so much kinder to let it grow up and then kill it for its tusk marrow? It's like you're raising free-range mammoths. Okay, let's go. Rotting samples. Probably Azure Span, I would have to guess. Yeah, there's a couple different places to work on that. They increased the drop rate of these things, so they should be not as annoying to get as they used to be. I'm gonna go, like... Are there any good spots anywhere else? Probably up there. Yeah, let's go. Head that way. See what we can do. I feel like I should at least do my due diligence of getting my alchemy points. Herbalism points are a little bit whatever, because if I'm not really picking herbs anyways, it doesn't really matter how good at it I am. Although, I say that as I think, well, I still have 5 Dream Bloom remaining. Surely if I just grab herbs on my way places, then I can get that many. You would think. But herbs are just not... Those are 2 gold 49 each. It's not worth nothing. It is still gold. I'm just not feeling all that all that gold motivated, I suppose. They haven't given me anything to save it all up for. I'm doing, you know what I'm doing is I'm doing the public service of collecting the Hawkenbloom so that it can respawn as an herb that people actually want. Oh, you know what I need to do is I need to do expedition packs when I see them because they have a chance to give me a mount, actually. Now that I am done with my Dragonscale Expedition rep, I can get a Skitterfly mount from expedition packs. It's a pretty low drop rate, but I'll never get it if I don't farm for it. So I need to keep an eye out. I don't need to do dirt, but just the expedition packs. Points could help you next patch? Yeah, I suppose so. Maybe eventually, maybe they'll actually add something worth spending gold on. Might give me something to save for later. Behind all the people that are gold capped. Yeah. I need to redress up my dragons. They're looking a little... Dirt tackle boxes. Looking a little basic over here. Tackle boxes are great if you are trying to get coins. Maybe you're working on the Audic mount and you want to try and get your aquatic sunglasses. Tackle boxes can contain the fishing coins in them. They can also contain draconic recipe files. So they're good for that. It's not a bad idea to pop a perception file and loot them for that. But if you don't need the fishing stuff, then tackle boxes don't really have anything worthwhile. I don't usually bother with them. What do you mean down? There's no more down. Is there a... It doesn't even say it's like in a cave or anything. Is this one just in the earth? Cave closer to the water. Okay. Closer to the water. Here's water. I'm in the water. I might leave. Okay, I'm leaving. I'm out of here. I don't care that much. We're moving on. That one better not have had my mount in it because we're never looting that. Oh, dear. That's a fresh. I just still like looting herbs just for the zen of it all. It's just nice to go picking flowers. Which mount is it? It is called the Verdant Skitterfly. It's the green version is the one that you can get from expedition packs. Blue and purple are from just the vendor, or you can get them automatically when you reach. You get one for free, and then you can buy the other off the vendor. Ooh, Decayed Rytherbark. All right, this stuff could help me with my quest. I want those. Yeah, they're cool. They're big, actually. Especially, I know evokers make any mount look big, but shockingly large bugs. Okay, that's out of dragon form. Let me go into dragon form and then mount up on it again. There you go. And then just massive. Massive. I like those a lot. Oh, I can't fly on it. It has wings, does not fly out here. Big bug. Why does it stand like that? You like it? That's the mount special. They people compare them to the old Water Striders, and I think these look, I mean, obviously a little bit similar, but they look brand new to me. You know what they remind me of? I think it's the curly, whimsical antenna. They remind me of A Bug's Life. That was a movie that I had as a child that stuck with me more than it probably should have. It's just looking around. He's cute. I think it's adorable. Thank you. They look like they're flexing. Hey, Bunsen. Oh. Alright, I am out here because I want the rotting samples. I also want the decaying phlegm. The thing that's usually nice for that is... that's normally from... Hey, you guys come over here. Rotting treants. Rotting treants are usually quite good for that. I love this class. Yeah, there we go. That's all my running samples. None of those are expedition packs. Decaying Phlegm I normally get kind of nearby here, but a little bit more this way. Ugly cute. You know what they remind me of? Nightmares. I haven't looked at a good bug in a while. That's the one thing that's really nice about gardens, is that if you have a garden, you're gonna have bugs. You know, plants like, well, they don't always like bugs, but outside in general is a habitat for things you wouldn't just normally see on the sidewalk. Especially if you've got different types of plants. And sometimes you see some stuff really cool. I once had a mantis hanging out on my balcony on one of my, I forget what plant it was on. This was in Oregon. But like there was a whole mantis just outside chilling in one of my flower pots. And that was so sick. Just hope to never meet the spiders. As long as they're outside, spiders and I are chilling. And if they're inside, it's all right as long as they're within their hours. We have an agreement. Okay, so normally I go like a little bit above Iskara. I still don't remember exactly where I'm going here. It's kind of this-ish way. Yeah, it's by the Oozing Decay. There should be some trees. Unless I've gotten lost. They're like outside of the camp, but in this general area. It's the place where I usually get my phlegm. Does that make it a praying mantis? I don't know much about the different types of mantises. I know that some people keep mantises as like a pet, but they only live for like a half a year or so. Am I a spider crusher, catch and release? Honestly, it kind of depends on the situation. Which is sounds callous of me, but I will catch and release if I have the time and the means. And if I'm in a bit of a rush, that's a bad day for that spider. Massive spider nest in my apartment. Oh, that's no good. That's no good. Flowers. Ooh, Rytherbark. I know it's probably come down in price, although I guess I haven't looked, but still can't say no. Put them on a plant and they'll stay there until they die. No enclosure necessary. Oh, praying like mantises? Let them roam around the house. They eat annoying bugs. Yeah. Yeah, Jeff, a lot of people are very firm in believing that, and you will not, with any amount of effort, be able to talk them out of it. It's pretty wild. Yeah. I had a brief phase as a child where I wanted a Madagascar hissing cockroach. And my mother said, ew, no. And in hindsight, I do not blame her. And I don't remember why I wanted it. I was just having a bug phase. Somebody had given me a bug book. I was learning more about different types of bugs. And they just, you know, the book said that they were lovely pets and they would just like sit in your hand and then go. Oddly specific bug to want. I feel like it's one of those things that just ends up kind of in the pet trade, I suppose. But just in the bug version of it. You know, it's like a less 8-legged version of tarantulas because it's not a spider, but you know, people keep tarantulas as pets, that kind of thing. She was correct. Yeah. Like nowadays I'm a grown up and I suppose I could get a Madagascar hissing cockroach if I really still wanted one. And I'm 30 now and I have yet to do it. So I must not want it very badly. Just a passing fancy. I don't know. They're like big. It's not really like a cockroach in like the disease spreading, you know, derelict apartment sense. It's more just like a big beetle. Love Disintegrate. Very little more satisfying than face lasers. Yeah, I like it a lot too. This is a generally good place to farm this stuff. Yeah, these guys. Quiet terrarium with live plants. Cool bug. Story about a kid that kept 200 cockroaches. That's kind of like a lot of them. I wonder if they needed more room than that. I had a beetle in it that I kept in like an ice cream bucket terrarium. It was a school project. I filled the bucket halfway up with dirt. I stuck some little moss and like a tiny piece of grass in it. There was not a whole lot of education going on there. I don't think I knew very much about it. But I had a beetle there. I would try and feed him. He mostly ate crushed up dog food. I would take some of my dog's kibble and I would crush up a little piece of it, and he would eat that, but I couldn't find anything else to feed him. And he eventually just kind of died, and I was in denial. But I've told this story before, right? I brought him to my teacher, and I was like, "Is my beetle dead?" And then my teacher looked at it and went, "No. Just I think that your beetle, his name is Bernie. Your beetle Bernie is actually Bernice. She's a lady beetle, and you know what she's doing is she's laying eggs. She's having babies. So just don't disturb her. Leave her be. And then she's gonna make some more beetles." And I thought, oh my goodness, she's an expecting mother. So I very carefully would continue setting out food and then taking it back, and then Bernie was super dead. Bernie was super dead. Eventually, I kind of like rolled him over and realized that he was a totally hollow husk. There was nothing even left on the inside. And I didn't bury him, but I laid him to rest in some trees, near some trees in my backyard. Did your parents know? Unclear. Unclear. I was a bit distraught. Why would your teacher say that? That teacher had some issues that were unrelated to lying to children about their beetles, but maybe he thought it was true. I don't know. I don't believe that teacher works in education any longer. How old would I have been? 12-ish. Somewhere in the 12-ish range. Which, now that I think of it, sounds kind of old for that, but that was the deal. I still don't have my decaying phlegm. Saddest story I've ever heard. I think I got over it. 4 tarantulas, easy to keep. Found a hairy caterpillar, knelt on it, crushed it. It was so sad. Did you guys also do the thing in school where they would have you catch caterpillars and then keep them in enclosures, and then they would make the cocoons and you would learn about metamorphosis because you'd be watching it happen in like a lunch container? Trying to figure out why our cats would eat one type of dry food, not the other. I was convinced it was the flavors, did experiments for science. I also tried the dog kibble because I figured if we were feeding it to the dog, then, we owed her to check and see if it was any good, and I discovered it was not very good. No, you're right. I have never kept another beetle as a pet. I have not done that. I have fish that are roughly the same size, although they seem easier to feed. Mortifying, but have you dissected a frog? Honestly, I think I managed to squeeze my way out of any of the dissection classes in biology. I think I did one of them, and it was one of the not so bad ones. And everything else I was either not in school for, or made some excuse, or was just not in school for. I managed to like squeeze and dodge and weave my way around all of the dissection lessons. I was not about to do that. Cut class on front. Yeah, I think a variety of people did. Wrapped a bean in a wet paper towel. Oh, that one's fun. I like that one a lot. Best bet is a tapeworm feeds itself. I'm still down in decaying phlegm. I'm getting herbs. I've got some gold hockenbloom I can sell you. Anything? Yeah. Maybe some of this. Would you be shocked to learn that dissecting frogs is an NA thing? No, not really. I don't feel like it was vital to our understanding. It mostly just kind of grossed kids out. I learned about things just fine from diagrams, I think. I'm gonna overload this. I just like fighting the boy. Sometimes you just want to let the Oogie Boogie come out and play. Okay. If I was gonna pick another raid to go work on after I get this phlegm to drop, I guess I should check and make sure that I don't have it in my bags. I don't have it in my bags, okay. Sometimes these things drop really quickly, and then sometimes they just won't do it. I know the Oozing Decay can drop it, but I usually get it from the trees. Am I even in the right spot? I think I've gone too far north. But yeah, I remember doing a lot of the, not a lot, but I have distinct memories of watching, like, captured caterpillars build their cocoons, but I don't remember any of them actually coming out as butterflies. I either missed that day or something went wrong. But yeah, I just remember them making the little webbies in the containers. Pick a raid that you know the way, like Northern Coliseum. I would forget to talk to the people. Heimal, Hellfire Citadel have neat things for Mog. WoD was before Legion, right? Yeah. I feel like raids that have old mounts in them probably would have been picked pretty clean by me. Let me see. If I was going to look at WoD raids, dungeons and raids, I have a little under half of the appearances from WoD dungeons and raids. HFC, oh no, it's only like half of it. You know what it is? I have 95% of the mythic appearances because that's the difficulty I ran. If I went and I did LFR or normal HFC, I could get all kinds of stuff. It's a similar situation in Blackrock Foundry. I've got 87% of the mythic appearances, but the other difficulty is a little bit less so. Yeah, what is the Heimal percentage? I liked Heimal. Heimal, I have 45%, and it's pretty evenly spread across there. Yeah, there are some good there are some good things out there. I want to get this phlegm to drop. Every time I find, oh hey, you want to come sit here? Every time I find my favorite farming spot, I like try to relate it in my brain to some kind of landmark on the map so that I can remember how to get to it, back to it next time. I'm going to say this spot, and I'm going to say it's right underneath this little double row of hills. And that seems true. Refuse to install all the things. I will hyperfixate in everything I don't have. If you want another excuse to not install all the things, it is a bit of a memory hog. So if you're not like if your PC is budgeting to begin with, its processing power, there's the phlegm, then some people won't run it for that reason. Okay, all right. I still haven't gotten any Dream Bloom, which is surprising to me, but that's okay. Let's go to Warlords of Draenor. Let's go poke around. Let's go see what kind of cool stuff is out there. I must have a Garrison Hearthstone, right? Right, guys? I know I have a portal there, but if you don't do Mythic Plus dungeons, they will not reset their cooldown. So I guess I need to go to Stormwind and then port. Trying to 100% classic grades. Molten Core kind of threw me off because it was so much extra garbage. Classic grades were at 69. Yeah, I guess I could just run them every week just for the sake of it. I'm not running Temple of AQ until such a time as I get that toy from until such a time as I get that not toy, the trinket that helps me kill it. But yeah, I could do Molten Core. It just seems like a lot of it's really rare. Like a lot of it's uncommon. Like I don't know. I guess I could just keep at it. Is any of it stuff that I would even wear? I guess that's a moot point. It doesn't really matter if I would wear it or not. Nah, we'll do WoD for the moment. Yeah, I have a Heart of Azeroth here. That's true. Keyboard set interface. Keyboard seat interface. Me. Oh, I didn't get it for a while. I'm thinking, but you can change the keybinds. Oh. Yeah, I understand. I'm going to Ashran as it happens. Storm Shield. Yeah, sure. For crafting knowledge, what are people killing? They seem to remove the Earth Ellies. That's a good question. I figure people must be farming elementals pretty effectively somewhere because the prices have kind of come and stayed down. HFC is that way. Do I not have... Why don't I have a Garrison Hearthstone? I want to see if I've unlocked my Garrison. If I haven't, perhaps I should look into that. I'll just fly over there and have a little look. Because while I do have a dungeon portal to take me to Shadowmoon Burial Grounds, it's going to be an 8-hour cooldown that's not shared. Yeah, probably don't have a Garrison. I thought I did this on my Evoker. But then again, I think a lot of things, and sometimes they're just not true. Fun to have 100% in categories. Yeah, it's true. Sometimes it's nice to just work through things in an orderly and organized fashion, and dungeons and raids are technically top of the list. So Molten Core would be top of that one. Do I have 100% of anything? I guess I would have 100% on something that's like, you know, not got very much loot, but it seems like there's a lot of things here that I don't have. Astral Narub. There's a lot of loot that I could get in Astral Narub, apparently. I could get a cobweb machete. There's a staff I don't have. Rathmog doesn't quite do it for me. I'm going the wrong way. 3 hours today. Weekends. Weekends, I will do everything under my power to go until noon. Wife knows your voice. Asks, watching Hazel again. I hope you guys are having a good weekend. This cat is just so cozy. She's just so cute. She does the little egg mode. And it's really warm, and I appreciate that because I get cold. Hi. You know what the hat's actually good for? Is I can kind of, if I set it up the right way, I can kind of use it to hold that loose earbud in my ear. There you go. I don't think this hat is as cute as the other one that I have. You're right, I don't have a Garrison. I guess I should do that. But it is a closer knit, which makes it warmer. If I was just to look quests here, Garrison campaign. Oh, there's a toy. I don't have the Touch of the Naru. How did I miss a toy? An alliance. I played this whole expansion. I played as Alliance. There's also a sword. Big sword. WoD had a bunch of big things from a rare called Silvermaw. Bo Damien, thank you very much for giving out a gift sub. BOE weapon that can drop off exactly 5 mogs in there. It's awful to farm. Oh, AN. AN. A lot of Rathmog that isn't great. Add stuff in later expansions. Why? I don't understand. Where is Slivermaw anyway? If I was gonna, what is it? Alt right click and plots it on your map? Alt right click, popped it down. Raid marker. Oh, it's over there. I'm not gonna get too overwhelmed. I'm not gonna do all the rares. If they don't have any loot for me, then we're just gonna leave them be. Especially WoD rares. There's just so many of them and they're basically always up. Alright, I'm gonna get a Garrison. This doesn't take wildly long from what I remember. I just need to hide a couple of quests because holy smokes, they get overwhelming. Memorable victory. Decaying news. Oh, that's my profession quest. Hopefully I remember to turn that in. Oh, Anub Narak? It's a Wrath engine. It's called Anub Narak? Hang on a second. Asjal Narub, maybe? I gotta double check this. I just, I'm having a fever dream moment. There's Asjal Narub. Anubarak is like a boss in Asjal Narub, but there's no N in the middle of his name. Yeah. Turn off achievement and recipes. Yes. Here, I'll show you my all the things settings. /ATT. Actually, what is it? Options, add-ons, all the things. Yeah, so I am tracking appearances and illusions, mounts, pets, and toys. I'm not worried about heirlooms. I'm not worried about any of the general stuff. I'm not doing achievements, flight paths, quests, recipes, titles even. I'm not too worried about those. I've turned a lot of things off. I'm basically just after Mog, mounts, pets, and toys. I guess illusions as well, but I would consider enchant illusions to be kind of under the umbrella of transmog. What happens if you don't get the Ashadar map by the end of the month? Is there a way to save it or is it gone forever? I don't think we know. I don't think it's going to be, as far as I know, there's no way to save it. I also don't think it's going to be gone forever. Are you sure there isn't anything else that you can do in the trading post activities to finish filling up the bar? Maybe, I guess if you're not home. Traveler's Log. There's a lot of other stuff other than just the special ones. There are a good chunk of things that you can do that give points. Yeah, you can save an item, but the Ashadar that they're referring to is the reward for filling the bar at the top, for completing the available stuff. Garrison Hearthstone is one of those things that I carry around with me in my bag basically forever, so it's pretty much like a permanent -1 to a bag slot, but if it lets me get to Draenor just to run around and farm stuff without having to... What are you doing? Oh, she's grooming her foot. I thought she was licking my hoodie. She's grooming her foot. She's going her feet up. Tiger that's always on dark mode because I play at night. Yeah, that's the one. 350 of 1,000. I bet you can grind it out in the next couple days. I totally believe. I think I did it in 2 sittings, and I don't think they were very long. Does Kira bite her nails? Makes an awful noise. Sometimes. Usually if I'm on top of trimming them, she doesn't do it too often, but yeah, sometimes she'll chew on her toenails. No, she chews on all of them every now and then. There you go. Okay. This is 16 gold that I'm going to get to keep. Wish the Garrison Hearthstone was a toy. Yeah. That would be convenient. I'm not really hurting for the bag slot. I think if I was going to try and come up with solutions to make my bag space more available, I don't know if the Hearthstone is my biggest problem. Achoo. Bless you. Okay. How do you have a Garrison and Evoker? I'm unlocking it right now. It's not like a Legion class haul. Garrisons are not class specific. Evokers can totally go back and get one. There we go. We're just building it now. There we go. And then turn that in. That should give me my Hearthstone. I don't know if I'll set it up to actually do anything, but I might. You never know. I'm definitely not doing ship salvage though. You can forget about that. My quest log is in serious danger of filling, so we're gonna not. Oh my gosh, my quest log it's because I have all these skip quests and I don't know, Story of a Victory, and this is some kind of evoker quest line. The Wayward Archivist thing, you meet Sindragosa. I don't even know why. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. She hasn't convinced me that I need to do it, so I haven't been out for it. Let's do Heimel. Let's go head out to Heimel. Mantis Mounts give me the heebie-jeebies. Ransom old raids for the vast majority of my points for the trading post. What did I do? I did, let's see. This thing keeps popping up. I had that one done retroactively. I did some pet battles. I killed some raid bosses because I was raiding anyways. I did a couple of hunts. Doing 2 hunts is super, super easy. Getting a bit of reputation was easy. You can use Petalfeet's Hearthstone, and it says from the 6th to the 20th, but if you have Petalfeet's Hearthstone, you can use that anytime, and that's just easy points. Harpooning a fish with a friend. You don't even need to... The best way to do that one is to just go hang out by one of those large lunker sightings and just wait for somebody else to be harpooning lunkers. And you can chuck a harpoon into them too. That's just for emoting at a couple of dragon aspects. There's a bunch of them I didn't do. I could have fished 50 things out of the Dragon Isles. Apparently I didn't do 10 tasks in the community feast. That would have helped too. Oh dear. There's all kinds of stuff I can get out here. Sindragosa thing is lore. You love lore. Don't think it's linked to Drakthir? There are other people. But you did do it on a Drakthir, right? 10 man for the AV. You should go. Why? The reason I haven't done it in all this time is because I can't see any reason good enough to justify going there and doing it. Nothing's talked me into it yet. Oh, yeah, okay. What do you do to... Is there any add-on? I don't know if you're joking, but I'm using an add-on called All the Things to keep an eye on all of the things that we're farming. Bad bubble. I'm glad that people seem a little... I don't know what the general consensus is, but people that are into and invested in and engaged with lore seem to be at least a little more engaged in Dragonflight than they were in Shadowlands. The general vibe I got coming off of that community in Shadowlands was one of exhaustion and disregard, and it seems like maybe not everybody agrees or is super happy, but at least people are talking about it in a less depressed manner. Noble isn't crying now. Yeah, that's good. Lore is not my bag. Never has been, and it's unlikely to catch my interest now. Not any shade on it. It's just never really been my thing. But I'm glad that the people that are into it are happier now. Do any of these guys drop? I mean, honestly, if I found Knack the Thunderer, then I could get a Bloodhoof Bowl. Where does Knack even spawn? Is a good question. I don't need this rare. I'm just killing it out of compulsion, I suppose. I guess everything is marked as a rare because I haven't killed any of it yet. A few different spots are in the woods. The woods. The woods? I guess these are trees. I wonder if Rare Scanner has it marked anywhere. No, not that. Thought my Rare Scanner was going off. No, it's mine. I'm sorry. It's pretty spammy because I've never been out here on my evoker before. Northwest. Oh. Who are you? There are a couple of rares out here that drop stuff that I need, Mogwise. Not those ones. Oh, there's a kilt. I need kilts. Abort. Stop everything. Pause. Did I mark that on my map? I meant to. Mark them on my map. Alt right click. That's the keybind for it. There it is. Okay, so he spawns up here. I don't know how rare he is, but I need all the skirts I can get. What are we farming today? Hello! I am generally kind of sort of mod collecting. We ran Trial of Valor. I got the Chosen Dead set on my first run, which was wild. We you know, crawled our way through, oh, this guy has loot he could give me as well. Tomb of Sargeras. That was good. Managed to clear the whole thing. Finally got the Scarlet Proto-Avian. Took several evenings. Congratulations. Oh, is he here? He is here. Okay, one rattle kill, please. I don't know if it's a drop rate kind of situation. We'll see. It is. He did not give it to me. All right. I guess Knack. Oh, up there. Okay. I came out here to run Heimal. I'm getting distracted by apparently needing a bunch of Mog off of rares out here. Haven't unlocked that one last quest line. You unlock with High Dragon Scale right now? Yeah, the things are pretty distracting. But if I get a new piece, it'll all be worth it. This is supposedly where Knack can spawn. I would be surprised if I just kind of tripped on him up. I know he's up sometimes. This mount, the Bloodhoof Bull, is actually one of the mounts that I don't have. that the most other people have. It's like one of the most common mounts that I'm still missing from my collection. So I think it's just because it's been out for a long time, and because people are able to kind of like share spawns. Oh, I see. So there's like there's some bulls up here. Maybe he spawns among them. And then I was going there. Right after reset. Yeah. Yeah, that would make sense. That's my my eventual one-day plan for how I'm going to deal with the frightened Kodo. Is I haven't even really tried to camper farm it. I never particularly, maybe they've changed it, but I never really liked farms where you were in competition with other people to get to a spawn first. That always kind of upset me because I always felt like somebody else probably wants it more than me, so I should let them have it, so I just never end up going out and farming it. Hunter Blacktooth is somehow not up? What do you mean? Why? How are you not up? Everybody's up. Guess he's not up. Alright, well. What else? Pit Beast. Oh, Pit Beast, I flew right past him. Or at least I flew right past his spawn rate. Or spawn point, I suppose. How do you deal with burnout and WoW? Oh, he showed up. I play a lot of different parts of the game, and if I'm getting bored with one, I just kind of switch it to another one. And if I'm getting bored with all of it, I get up and I go outside. I don't play nearly as much as I used to, and I'm a lot more, not invested, but I have a bit more of a mental distance from the, why am I struggling so much? Oh, there he is. I have a bit more mental distance from the goals than I used to. It's more a place to, hey, I finally got a thing. It's a mace. Is it cool looking? It is cool looking. I like that a lot. Look at that. That looks violent. Yeah, WoW is it's kind of like a nice thing to do with my hands. It's a nice place to spend some time in. It's a thing to talk to my friends about and a place to, you know, hang out with people and work on goals. I'm not quite as invested as I used to be in the same way. Like, I don't get anxious if I can't play. If I miss like a week's quests, or, you know, I don't finish a profession weekly, it doesn't really keep me up at night. It's kind of a, you know, I play WoW on my time, I suppose. Perfect for a mag heart work. Focusing more on fun than what I have to do changes the whole perspective. Yeah, I agree. Shade of Grief Mox. I don't know. I don't think if I've heard of that, I've forgotten. Sounds like you've conquered FOMO. I think I've either conquered it or I've been missing the neurons for it. Because I don't get it in a lot of areas of life that people seem to experience it. Like when I was younger, when I was a kid and a teenager and a young adult, I would be upset or anxious if I felt like I wasn't being included, but that was less of a fear of missing out on the activity and more of a feeling of sadness of being excluded from like a social group. You know, it was less of a doing the thing and more of a lack of belonging situation. But I haven't felt that since I was pretty young. I found people, and it's good. Okay, so I was gonna try for Pit Beast. Pit Beast was not up. Pit Beast spawns here. Is not currently active. So I guess we can go start IMO. Conquered WoW FOMO, kind of in the same place. Where are places that you would experience FOMO in real life? What are some situations that cause it for you guys? Because I do sometimes have a sense of my life is passing me by and I'm not doing anything much. But it doesn't bother me that much because I'm pretty happy. I'm quite content. I'm pretty satisfied. I have wonderful things right here with me, and I feel like I've just kind of got everything I need. I have a couple of goals, but I mostly I'm mostly just kind of living. Okay. Should I do it on Mythic? Let me see. Which difficulties do I need more Mog from? Because there's no mount here, so we're looking for Transmog. Warlords of Draenor, Hymal, Heroic, Mythic. Heroic is the one that I have the least Mog from. But, well, percentage-wise anyways. Yeah. Okay, we'll do it on Heroic. It's funny that it wouldn't be Mythic. Given that I didn't raid this in Mythic, and I did raid it on Heroic, but I guess I didn't do it on a male class. Nine-year-old son has a stuffed animal orange tabby. Insists on having me tell you that Russ says hi. Aw. Thank you. Tell him I said hi back. That's what life does. Yeah, it seems like it's going to, whether I want it to or not, so making my peace with it felt prudent. Little things bother me, missing things happening live that aren't being recorded. Single chance to get information. Get FOMO from comics, too many to keep up with. Mace fits my green spiky transmog pretty nicely. Oh. Alright, what kind of appearances am I looking to get from here? Kargath, oh, he has a weapon illusion that I don't have it. I also don't think I have bonus rolls, but we're not going to worry about bonus rolls. I haven't been here in a long time. It's not as though I was getting all of the chances before. Running the raid without any bonus rolls is still better than not running it at all. There's also the Blade Fist. What else? Is that an offhand? There's a cleaver. What had cool mogs too? You know, violent mogs, but cool ones. You gotta remember to, if you want to preview things, you gotta do it in Visage form, otherwise it's not gonna show you anything. Yeah. You might need that for something. I am in Hymal. I'm waiting for the first boss of Hymal to come hang out with me. I think he's giving a speech. Somebody is. Never been here ever. Never seen this raid. Oh, I love this raid. This was the first raid I ever did with Carbon. It was, I was still very nervous because I didn't want to let everybody down. I was trying very hard. I was DPSing. Oh. I guess the trash has to come out first. I don't know why I didn't think to farm WoD raids for Transmog. I guess because I don't need mounts from them anymore. I farmed Hellfire Citadel for the mounts, you know, a while ago. Spent a good chunk of time in there. Felt pretty happy when I got the last one and felt like I could leave. But yeah, getting more weapons will be nice. I still can't believe this helmet that I got in Taurus. It's just the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, and I'm so happy with it. I've never in my life seen anybody walking around wearing this thing, and I can't fathom why. Entrance for Ny'alotha doesn't seem to be in either place anyone know. I don't remember at all how we used to get into Ny'alotha. Hi, bud. Knock, knock. Excuse me. I would love to get any of your, any or all of your Mog. Oh, there we go. I guess I just needed to start. Ooh, I got the illusion. I don't know what the drop rate is on it, but I hadn't gotten it through the whole expansion that it was out. Mark of the Shattered Hand. Is it cool? Let me see. Weapon enchantment. Search is not available for this category. Of course not. Mark of the Shattered. That's not it. That was just finding out if I could preview them. Shattered Hand. That's it. Mark of the Shattered. Yes, that's it. Oh well. You know what? It's another point off the list on the all the things, I suppose. It drips. Okay. Oh, that was the portal. Oops. Looks better in a sword. Oh, okay. WoD enchants or just rehashes of older ones? Gotcha. Okay. So I guess... Nope. Definitely not that. I don't remember how I left. Uh-oh. 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 Has this ever happened to you? Cold at 3 Fahrenheit, negative 16 yesterday. Oh, that's pretty cold. Yeah, no, I cannot soar. That's not ideal. I'm trying to think of anything I can do that's not, that'll work. That is not, no, that won't work. Just hearthing it and flying back, never seen this. I was wondering if maybe this was the way forward, and I have now decided that it is not. Dark Moon Rocket? I don't have a Dark Moon Rocket. Stuck bug report thing? Start a group and leave it to go outside? Yeah, I think that's probably the best bet. Pre-made custom start. List group. Leave. And it should start a countdown to kick me out. Or at least it used to. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna take this opportunity to take a short break. Kitty cat. Are you, excuse me. Hi. Oh, you're okay, honey bear? I gotta sit down. Sweetheart. I think she's kind of tired. And she's kind of comfy. You can lay back down. Holy smokes. I want to thank Scuba Steve Ear for a 5-month resub. Appreciate it. And Abby Oxocube for a 24-month resub. Happy 2 years. 2 years, no way. Thanks for 2 years of top tier content, Hazel. You betcha. Kira wants to clear High Mall. Amazing. Oh, the pit's still in the game. I am surprised that I could not walk out of the ramp that was leading up from it. Hi. Yeah, you can lay back down. You're okay. You're all right. Okay. All right. So that's the portal out. Those are a trap. Oh, hey, there's the door. Little gateway. Let's give that a go. All right. We got Mark of the Shattered Hand. So there's a keybind to refresh the whole thing, and I forget what it is. Yeah, well, you can always reload. That's showing me stuff that I already know. Oh, pardon me. I've been coping with the colder weather and just general feelings of draft and chilliness with just constant pots of tea. There's always something. Herbal tea, black tea, green tea, oolong tea. I don't finish them all, but I start them. What if your cat's actually Night Elf Druid? She would have a secret identity. Let's do Tectus. I heard that was annoying, so let's just go get it over with. Are there any trash drops that I want in here? There's a zone drop BOE belt that I guess I can check to see if it's cheap on the auction house. You know, sometimes those things get their price driven down by like a bunch of people farming the raid. Miss having a cat. Very allergic. Tea got cold super fast. In theory, I will keep my pot of tea pretty hot. I'll preheat the pot before I put the tea in it. So I'll boil the water and I'll rinse the teapot with the hot water first before I make the pot of tea in the first place. And then theoretically, you could use like a tea cozy, a little sweater for your teapot to help insulate it. In practice, I don't actually have one right now. I had some notions about knitting one, despite the fact that, once again, I don't knit. Or at least I haven't in many years. I don't have the things to knit. I don't really want to acquire the things to knit. I have enough supplies for hobbies that I don't do. I don't need any more. Alright, Tectus could give me 3 different things. He doesn't seem to want to die. Unkillable. Oh dear. Oh dear. I was afraid of this. Damage Tectus to remove stacks. Okay. Can I kill him now? Demoralized. I've upset him. Oh, and then he breaks apart. That's right. That's right. You just have to wait? Oh. Mechanics incredible. Oh, we didn't survive this many expansions to not be able to just laser everything down with my staff. Tea Cozy makes the teapot look like a stout little hedgehog. Oh, that's fantastic. Sometimes I'll be looking at house listings and I'll see a kitchen that has open cupboards. And in general, I hate them because my dishes are not going to look that cute as like the realtor staged ones. But I could see if I had open shelving or some open shelving and then other shelving that was like not open so you could just like hide your dishes and stuff. I would want the teapot to live on the display shelf because it's cute. Tectus, more like Rectus. I got some shoulders. And they look all right. They got little faces on them. I guess there's lots of shoulders that have faces on them. A surprising amount as it goes. No one's dishes look cute. Yeah, particularly not mine. I'm not careful enough with my stoneware. It ends up getting chipped, and I would rather use the same cheap set for a long time and have it get continually chipped as opposed to replacing it with something brand new that I'm just stressed about when the first bit of damage is going to happen. So my dishes never look particularly good. A stone teapot. I had one before. I used to show it on stream a long time ago. I used to have a set for doing the little baby teapot in the unglazed, like a Yixing teapot, and I had the little tea pet, and I had the whole situation. Oh, I got a bunch of stuff from that. I got a cleaver, bloody cleaver, and we got terrible tenderizer. I used to do kind of my own version of my own little home version of tea ceremony, and then play some Scrabble. Don't you have like 2 sets at most? I bought like a standard issue 16 pack, so like four big plates, 4 little plates, 4 bowls, that kind of thing. I actually have company now. In my last place, I had a single dish of each variety. Maybe I had 2 small snack plates, but in my last place, I knew I was totally alone, and I didn't expect to have anybody come over. So I figured I just need the amount of dishes that I'm gonna eat off of, and then if I only have one of everything, then I'll just clean it when I'm done eating off of it, and then I don't have to do a lot of dishes because there aren't a lot of dishes. Yeah, even if I have the space to store it, I'm kind of averse to storing things that I don't use. I would rather just, you know, give up on doing the thing forevermore. Another 2 pieces of Mog. Oh, no, never mind. Not another 2 pieces of Mog. I was still looking at the last 2 pieces of Mog. I didn't get anything off of him. This is not a super long raid. You do the 4 guys outside, and then there's 3 bosses inside. Margok was kind of a cool last boss of a raid for just like the first tier. Margok was a neat final boss. Did you get the dragon riding pet? I did. I named her Margie, the bronze racing enthusiast. But yeah, I think open shelving is one of those things that looks really pretty in staged photos, and then in real life just looks cluttered. If it's glass paned cupboards, then you can kind of you can use like film that sort of frosts the windows. You can get kind of contact paper that will cover it and give it kind of like a frosted glass look that at least covers the, you know, hides your ugly dishes from your regular eye line while you're in your kitchen. Got gloves of involuntary amputation. Good grief. I tried one of the reverse, I've run the wrong way. I tried one of the reverse dragon riding courses, and it wasn't so bad, but my understanding is that they vary quite a lot based on which one it is. I don't think I'm going for the set of them, at least not right now. Maybe eventually if I get talked into it. Imperator's favor. So you're heading up. I will always remember Twin Ogron as the boss in which our raid leader playing a rogue. And I think this is partly to do with just the design of rogue at the time, but our raid leader was playing a rogue, and on our progression kill, needed somebody to drop a repair bot. Somebody had to drop like a Jeeves mid-fight because his daggers broke and he couldn't do any damage. So he called in raid chat for somebody to drop a Jeeves. They put one off to the side. He ran out, repaired his weapons, and then carried on with the fight. It was incredible, and that was our progression kill. Maybe that's the circle. Because I came in through there. So I guess I was confused by the word imperator. Maybe I'm heading that way. Let's try that. You stuck with that guild for all these years? Yeah, of course. Rainbow Trail is from the Prismatic Bauble. Excellent toy. That's why I always carried extra weapons just in case. Yeah, I guess I've been part of the guild for what, 10? I want to say 10 years. I don't know if that's accurate. Did I just leave the raid again? I can't tell. I don't think so. No, we're good. Experiment 12B from Ultraxian. Saw people were seeing a drop in 10-man normal. Oh, nice! Congratulations! That's got to be a relief to not have to run that section of I guess it depends on if you're still looking for anything from the last boss of Dragon Soul, but the day that you can stop farming Dragon Soul is usually a pretty good day in a collector's life. That one's a bit annoying. Don't have Blazing Drake yet. Yeah, Spine. I would run Dragon Soul before I would run Siege of Orgrimmar. I prefer Spine to over trying to get through spoils plus bugs, just because at least with Spine it's kind of formulaic and you can sort of just wait What I would usually do during Spine is I would AFK. I would just like, you know, park myself on a little goose spot so that the barrel rolls don't knock me off. Oh, I got all kinds of stuff there. I got 3 pieces of loot. I got a belt with a James and the Giant Peach shark style drill mouth on it. I got a double slasher axe sword thing. What is that? It's a one-handed axe. And then we got some bracers too. Teach is so long. Needs a shortcut, yeah. I'm sure there's transmog I need from Dragon Soul, and we're just gonna pretend that's not true for a while. Do you regroup with the same people? Pug your way to 20s? I run with the same people. I have a guild group. We have a little group chat in Discord. We'll pick a couple nights a week and be like, hey, what day do you guys want to do keys this week? Oh, we're free on Saturday. Let's aim for Saturday night at blank time server. We all log on, run some keys. It's nice running with the same group over and over again. If you can, I know that's a luxury, but if you can get a consistent group together, it's great because you guys can kind of learn together and get used to each other, and it's a lot less stressful when you're not worried about a bunch of unknown factors. Doing keys with them has been like one of my favorite things of Dragonflight so far. Never play mail. My transmog options are depressing. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to do, is just fill out the pages a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to wear most of it, but I just like having the options, even if it does make it take longer to page through everything. So I think there's a ramp. Yeah, that's it. That's the stuff. Worst dungeon to farm, Heroic Violet Hold, Daily Lockout, bosses are random. Yeah, I guess I should probably, well, I read that and I thought, well, I should start doing that. And then I thought, am I going to start doing that? Ooh. Nowadays, what this place gives me flashbacks to is just the, I know it's just the Ogre Citadel look, but the end dungeon at the beginning of the leveling experience, the Exile's Reach end dungeon, uses kind of some of these same environments. You fight the dragon in a room that looks much like this. I don't know why I'm killing so much trash. I guess there's a trash, you know what, because there's a trash drop. There's a trash BOE that I need the appearance of. Halls of Reflection, also Waiting Simulator. Somebody was gunning for Halls of Reflection for a a current season Mythic Plus. We were discussing like options for which dungeons we would want to see brought back and added to the dungeon pool for the next Mythic Plus season, and somebody mentioned Halls of Reflection, because I guess there's a lot of different types of halls in this place, but I don't know. Escort bosses, ooh. Yeah, maybe they were joking. And, you know, different people like different things. There were cool fights there. It's just, I would run into that one while I was leveling characters, because I would level characters through Wrath and BC dungeons, and holy smokes, that one took forever. From some LFR raid, no flying, no long runs. Oh, because they just port you into them. That's a good point, actually. You could just, like, set yourself up in the, like the Pandaria, and like I guess they're all kind of like that. There's just like a queue NPC where you can just kind of work up. That's a good idea. I might like that. Hey Margok, I'm gonna just hit you with it. Yeah, no, you're good. You're done. Any luck? Oh, I got a Staff of the Grand Imperator. That sounds like it looks cool. Does it look cool? Yeah, it does. That's big. It's long. It's pink. Staff is awesome. I will confess to not understanding enough about how lockouts work across the different expansions to know when I'm allowed to run multiple difficulties within a given week and when running one difficulty would preclude me from running other ones. Could not tell you. That's a good idea though. Let's go to Mob. Let's go to... Or Legion. Well... Legion ANR, LFR ANR is going to be just as bad as anything else. Mythics, any etiquette points, tips for low keys? Mythic 0. Maybe chat's got some good ideas for you. Usually, what I would say, if I was guessing, is come prepared. Oh, sorry, kitty cat. Here, I'll toss the hoodie strings over the shoulder. Come prepared just in terms of having your consumables with you if you're going to use them. It wouldn't be a bad idea to bring cheap consumables. I know Mythic Zeros don't really need a whole lot, but you can get some really inexpensive, like 1 or 2 star files and potions and whatnot. So coming with some food and runes and potions and files would be nice. One thing that I always appreciated when I was pugging is if something went wrong, if people just kind of talked about it using words in chat in a way that approached solving the problem and not blaming anybody in particular, because once people start feeling defensive, it's all over. Something that I never particularly was a fan of was when people would just spam question marks whenever something wasn't going well. I didn't find that to be very constructive. Yeah, I think basic human courtesy, which sounds like an obvious tip, but you would be surprised. I'm not worried about it from you. I'm a little worried about the rest of the world. Different difficulties in the same week. Pandaria was the last weekly lockout regardless of difficulty. Okay, so if I wanted to, I could have run Heimal again on a different... Oh no, hang on. I can send those to a Clothian. She can learn them. I could have run Heimal again at a different difficulty. Okay. What other WoD raids am I missing? I don't want to do HFC, because ew, stinky. We did Heimal. Blackrock Foundry. Oh, Blackrock Foundry. Blackrock Foundry. Is there cool stuff? I guess for the sake of filling out the bar, we can go back and do Molten Core. See if we can get above 56% here of these items. I mean, I don't know if I'm ever going to make Thunder Fury because I just don't want to look up how it's done. I feel like filling out like the WoD, Mop, and Legion stuff makes more sense because it's more wearable. You know, it's more fun and wearable. Feel like you want to do Nax? Yeah. It's a strange feeling. Consult a medical professional about that one. This will take me to Shadowman Valley. MC this week was a nice trip back. Copper coins you get. Yeah, what do you want to know? You can either trade them directly to the frog for a bag that will contain nothing much. You can save up 16 of them, I believe, and then trade them for a silver coin, which you can then trade to the frog for a bag that has a better chance of containing like a draconic recipe vial. And then if you save up 5 silver coins, you can trade them for a gold coin that has a very good chance to give you the aquatic sunglasses toy that you need for the auto mount situation, and then also just, I think, a higher chance at recipe vials. You can also collect the silver and the gold coins directly the same way that you get the copper coins. It's just a lower drop chance. The coins all come from fishing-related activities in Dragonflight, so you can fish them up directly. You can get them, you can loot them off of the lunkers that you spawn by either looting an Ominous Conch or throwing Ominous Conches in. You can get them from Tuskar tackle boxes if you're lucky. But yeah, fishing. Do I want to do Dungeon Mog, or am I mostly focused on Raid Mog? Dungeons are faster, which is kind of fun. Is there any world in which I need anything from Shadow and Burial Grounds, actually? WoD, Dungeons, SBG. I mean, yeah. I have like half of this loot, but there's only basically like 4 to 7 items. I could get 3 things if I do it on normal. All of them from Nerzul. Mark of the Shadow Moon, Ritual Blade, and then if it Titan Forges, it's what, a different appearance? Or is it just listed kind of funny? Spawn lunkers from the Tuskar boxes. Yeah, because if you loot, anytime that you loot an Ominous Conch, if you're near water, your character will do the searching for lunkers thing and then spawn one for you to harpoon and or kill. So you can fish up a conch and then you'll start to get a lunker to spawn. Or if you loot a conch out of the tackle box, that can do it too. The trick is that you have to be close enough to water. So let's do this on normal. Dungeon difficulty normal. Quirk of all the things, same appearance, technically not the same weapon, so it lists it. Okay. So here in normal. Well, now it's got more stuff. I think this will just be kind of satisfying. Not that SBG is a very hard dungeon. It's funny to me that I guess it was just the tuning. SBG could be a tougher Mythic Plus if the timer was tighter, but the timer is not very tight. I don't know. The bosses are fairly easy to counterplay, I would say. Now, or not Nowlish, Bone Maw is kind of a weird one in that it's like really easy, but it just takes forever. And yeah, you can make mistakes, but they're not that punishing. Like if getting inhaled on Bone Maw killed you, which you would kind of expect that it would, I'm not suggesting that it should, but if getting inhaled on Bone Maw killed you, then this might be a little bit harder. Yeah, I think you're right about the Draenor dungeon, Mug. Yeah, it's just kind of a strange fight that takes a very long time. Portals are an 8-hour cooldown. It is reset if you do a mythic, like a Dragonflight mythic dungeon. But if you're not doing any dungeons, then it's an 8-hour cooldown. So if you're just doing a bunch of keys, you can just port to each one, and every time you finish one, it'll reset your cooldown. But otherwise, 8 hours. Bears2, thank you very much for the 4-month resub. No luck from that. I like farming dungeons a little bit more than raids for Mog, just because it feels a little bit more, I don't know, doable. They're just short, bite-sized, easy to complete. I used to like farming just like classic dungeons that I would just run them over and over and over again. I would need one thing off of one boss, and I would just slam it up into instance limit, and then hope for the best. I don't know why I'm killing so much trash. Percentage? I think I've just I've gotten a bit conditioned by doing it in keys. BOEs in classic dungeons. The worst is the loot that spawns. I mean, the BOEs are bad too, but the worst I found was the loot that spawns off of rare bosses that aren't even up all the time. I'm pretty sure there is to this day a cloak appearance that I do not have from Wailing Caverns because it is a chance, and not even a very good chance, a chance to drop from the Fairy Dragon, the Deviate Fey Dragon boss that is almost never there. And you can tell there's like a macro you can spam to find out whether or not that boss is up when you first zone into the dungeon, so you can just kind of check that way, but it's not even a cloak I would wear. It's just if you're trying to 100% your all the things, it's that'll stop you. I wonder if we can get a ritual blade from this. That would be nice. It does say normal and mythic. Or time walking. How much transmog are you getting that you would never wear? Oh, most of it. I think realistically I'll have maybe 5 to 8 different outfits I'll put together, and then I'll just wear those. I don't usually make new transmogs on the fly. I have to be in the right mood to put something together. Any luck? No, nope, okie dokie. At least there's a portal to get us out of here. I will take it. Super rare treasure demon, Seed of the Triumvirate, that has a chance at having toys. Oh no. Okay. Let's go see if Slivermaw's up. I want a chance at that Rockworm Fang. He spawns over at the Roost. Can I just... Hang on a second. Can I just buy these? There's a broom. Can I just buy it? Or is this a needs... Sorry, my rare scanner is gonna be going off like crazy. Do I need to do a quest line or something? It doesn't seem to say that I do. Let's go take a look. I had a dream that I was trying to explain color theory to somebody, and I don't remember why. And I feel like I was doing that thing where you like over-explain something that's not actually that important, but you have information, but nobody needs it, but you're saying it anyways. Maybe that was just stream yesterday. Do you think your dreams mean something? As much as anything means something. It's a bit of a philosophical question. What do you mean? Oh yeah, I can just have things. I can buy a broom and a hoe and a shovel that I have not learned. Sure. I didn't know these were here. There's just a guy that'll just sell me cleaning implements. That's awesome. What about for other classes? Nope, that's it. Well, you can have them back. I just wanted to look at them for a second. What's this one? That's the mount collecting one, right? Yeah, the blue dragon hawk. We're going to Lowe's? Like the hardware store? You have those in your room? Really? Oh no, I'm thinking of Rona. There's a Canadian hardware store called Rona that's basically like a Home Depot or a Lowe's or whatever. And I always wondered if they had difficulties because of their name after the whole thing happened. Not that I'd ever spent a lot of time in there. As a non-homeowner, I don't, you know, I'll mess around with a Canadian Tire, but I don't, it's mostly just because they have home goods. Actual hardware is only mildly relevant to me at this point. Joke doesn't land if I say we're going to Obi. The joke didn't land when you said you're going to Lowe's. What do you need at Lowe's? Are you? It's whooshing so far over my head that it's heading to the airport. Like the beer Corona? Yeah, I suppose so. For some reason, I wasn't as worried about the beer. I figured people, you know, people are gonna need that. People get very attached to their beer. I don't think they're gonna be that worried about what it's called. The joke was we're going to the hardware store to buy a broom and a hoe. Oh, I guess so. I suppose. I don't remember any of this. I'm assuming this guy's not up because my rare scanner has yet to mention anything to me. Unless it's like a thing you click on. Comedy's hard over text. It really, really is. I feel like I used to have a better grip of tone via text, and these days I've lost my radar for that. I thought maybe you were quoting like a TikTok meme or something, and I was not with you. It sounds like the kind of thing that would be a TikTok meme. I strike you as a TikTok person. I couldn't say. Lots of people watch it. I wouldn't say I know you that well. Found a local beer named after someone's pup. One of the best tasting beers I've ever had. Aw, that's really cute. I don't know about beer. I'm sure there's a lot of local beer here too, but there's a lot of different local coffee brands. And I've tried almost all of them, and there must be something wrong with me. I don't like them that much. Some of the TikTok meme songs actually kind of good. Much of a TikTok person as you are. Yeah. Honestly, I'm sure that if I got into it, I would consume a wild amount of TikTok content, which is why I haven't gotten into it. I'm old enough now. I know what my patterns look like. I do not need another content faucet. I need less of the ones I already have. I like kicking horse. Maybe I'm just buying the wrong blends or brewing them wrong, but I have a feeling it would consume my life forever. Anything that I've heard people give reports about losing time with is something that I have very good reason to steer pretty far from. I lose enough time as it is to nothing in particular. I feel like I have one of those personalities where there's always going to be something I latch onto, but there's no reason for me to, you know, reach for the hard stuff, so to speak. Huge on the TikToks. Join my channel. Yeah, I haven't gotten into short form videos on really any platform. And I think for me, that's for the best. I know it's kind of the direction of content, and as a creator, maybe I should be more on top of the patterns of what people are consuming so that I can, you know, make it. But What kind of rares have loot that I need here? There's 4 of them. There's Giga Sentinel, which I passed. Mecha Plunderer, Soul Twister Torek, and Void Reaver. I'm surprised that there's so many weapon mogs that just drop from these common WoD rares that I just don't have. It's news to me. A lot of people say they scroll on TikTok for hours. It's one of those things that's kind of designed to get you to automatically do it to the point that your decision-making apparatus doesn't really come into the picture. Okay, so this is where he spawns, but he's not up currently. What about Mecha Plunderer? Mecha Plunderer is up this way. Stick with the not short form stuff. Yeah, I think that whether it's the best move for my career or not, I could probably convert some of my long form content into short form content if I had found the right stream clips that would make sense. Hey, I can learn how to cook in Draenor. Then there's an argument to be made for repurposing that as short form stuff, but I don't think the way that I don't know, like to present information is very conducive to short vertical video. And I think there's always going to be an appetite for longer form stuff. It just might not be the big hot thing, but over time I've kind of come to be okay with, maybe I'm never going to be the big hot thing, and maybe it's best for me if I am not the big hot thing. I don't feel like it would be very good for my overall well-being. And yeah, it's, there's money in being on trend, but if I have enough money to live the life that I want and get the things that are important to me, then more isn't really accomplishing anything. You can save up, you can donate to some cat shelters, you can have your retirement savings done early, and that's all great, but there's I don't know. I don't want to live as big as I used to want to. My dreams got smaller. Something was added to my collection, or at least that particular version of it, but that wasn't what I was here for. I mean, that's technically not even in Spires of Iraq anymore. Is it? Does it go through the cave? Oh, there is a rare up here. Soul Twister. Oh, he is up. Okay. Wow, these zone borders are funny. Oh, no, there we go. We got it. I got a brand new staff model. Soul Twisting staff. Do WoW videos with your kitty. People used to tell you that you talk fast, you could leverage that for shorts. I wonder if I haven't slowed down my speech, people have just started listening faster because everything has gotten faster. I was just ahead of my time, you know? Okay. I was here for something. Was I? Sounds like a stretch. I had some notion about being here for something. So we were checking. So we checked for all those rares. We found one of them up. We got one thing. I already have the Hive Mind. I guess I'm missing a monocle or something like that. There's a couple of quests. We're not going to worry about that. There's Rookmar. Rookmar Mog. Killing Rookmar for the Mog. I'm not so sure about that. Let's go poke around Auchindoun. I miss it in there. If you watched an old stream, you would talk noticeably faster. Yeah, it's probably true. I tend to speak quickly when I'm nervous, and I think I am much less nervous on stream than I used to be because, one, I don't know, the whole thing seems a little less high stakes than it once was. Everything was like a little more tense and a little more frantic and a little bit more, I don't know. I felt like the high energy was important, and it probably is. I guess I've just let go of wanting to be as successful as I used to want to be. And also the audience has kind of grown with me. Some pets you catch in the wild says 1 of 3 caught. That is because you can have up to 3 pets of a given pet. You can have up to 3 copies of a given pet. So if you've got 1 of 3, that means that you have 1 of your available 3. There's nothing that says that you need to get 3 of each thing, though. There's plenty of people, myself included, that just won't do that. I do not get 3 of each thing. I have 1 of each pet, and that's it. That's the end of it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run around and kill these rares and see if I can see what else I can get. That guy is far north. That guy, a little less far. I'm just like checking to see how nearby anything might be. What about Gugtal? Okay, so that one was closest over there. New developments in Pokemon? I'm just kind of having fun wandering around and catching Pokemon. I play it for way longer than I intend to. I'll say, I'm going to sit down for like an hour and be comfy with my cat and catch some Pokemon, and then 3.5 hours will go by. I've officially attached to the couch and no longer have any interest in getting up or living my life. Yeah, I use Rematch as one of my pet battle add-ons, and in the filters, I can have it filter. So I have 1555 unique pets and 1556 total, so I have one extra right now. So to clean it up, what I want to do is I want to go to Other, and then filter it by having multiple copies. I can see I've got a bonus Marmoni. I can cage. Well, actually, technically I can't cage. I can just release him. All right. Bye-bye. And now I'm 1555. Job done. Oh, that's one that I need. He's got some loot for me. Rakan's Bite. It's a fist weapon that I could learn. He is below me, which makes me think cave. Please be easy to find. Yes. Excellent. All right. Oh, it's a tiger. I was expecting like a Sethrak. There we go. That fist weapon. There you go. Job done. One thing off the list. Tried pet battles today. Puppy now dead. Oh, you can, if you're talking about WoW and you're not just memeing, you've got a revive battle pets cooldown in your pet journal that you can use. Or pet bandages can do it in between cooldowns. Just the tiger's head, right? Yeah, if you start feeling overwhelmed by pet breeds, I would say don't worry about it too much. They do matter sometimes, but most of the times, if a pet is going to be good for a battle, it's going to be able to beat it, whether it's the right breed or not. Not always. There's a couple of pets that are really better in one breed or another, and for PvP it matters more. But I pretty much never check pet breed unless I've run up against a wall and something and I feel like I cannot beat a battle without a certain breed of pet, and that almost never happens. Anybody that's up to date on which pet breeds are best would be horrified by my collection, but it works really good for me because most of the time it doesn't matter that much. I wouldn't drive yourself nuts about it. Gugtal's Imperator is a dagger? Sword. That's a sword. It's a little sword. I guess it's a normal size sword. It's just Warlords has kind of conditioned me to expect swords to be the size of a parking lot. Hoping they would let us breed our pets. I have a feeling that there was at one point in the past, sometime, some kind of intent for them to let us do that, because there was some like hidden marking indicating gender for pets that was like not public facing, but that would presumably be about creating new ones, and I'm assuming that the idea just got scrapped. I think pets are kind of complicated enough. I think they work as they are. There we go. There's a sword. I'm getting all kinds of stuff. Is it? Yeah, see, that one's bigger. It's also got some handy exhaust just in case your sword fire gets too hot. Two more. Kurlosh spawns that way. If the pets have gender, it's not displayed anywhere on their public-facing ID that I can see. It would be a hidden value. Use them in combat. Love to have an army of pets on my side. You can have one with you, or you can have two if one of them will sit on your back like Daisy. I keep a couple of pets on my action bar. I have Quacky currently on one of my buttons, so that if I'm in a dungeon and I'm feeling lonely, I can just kind of hit a keybind to pull them up. Just, you know, between things. So this was for Kurlosh, right? Yeah. And then Strategist Anchor was spawning up there. The breed of pet. Let me see. There are add-ons that show you. Might have to find a particular one that has breeds to look at it. There are add-ons that can totally show you. I don't even worry about it anymore. I've forgotten all the acronyms. H/B and S/S and P/P. I don't know. Don't think I care enough, just curious. Yeah, I thought it was something that Rematch could do, and maybe it is, but apparently not easily enough for me to find it. Okay, no rares over there. I wonder if there's rares in Frostfire that have stuff for me. This guy has a bunch of things that you can get, presumably in exchange for tier tokens. Presumably. And then some boots. Thanks for a nice little stream. I'm glad you had a good time. Have a good weekend. It feels weird to me that the dragon mount isn't dragonfly. What is this one? This is a... Oh, it's a time lost proto. Look at that. It's kind of shiny. Alright, we're in Frostfire Ridge. Yeah, there's 4 different rares that could give me stuff. One of them is far north. Another one is up in the Siege Works. Gormal is on the other side, and then Torgoroth way up there. So let's go this way first. We'll do those 2. And then there's a treasure chest that I suppose I could just loot. Over, yeah, sure. We'll just go see if we can pick that up or if there's a trick to it. There's that's how much I did of WoD that wasn't my main. Is apparently there's an axe that I could learn the appearance of that's just sitting in a chest waiting for me. Any Necro Rags nearing 0 of 300? Oh, I'm sorry. I did get all 3 of the Necro Rays from the Necro Ray eggs. Eventually, it took a while, and I didn't have an accurate attempt count by the time I was done because I'd lost my add-on data a couple times, but I did get them all eventually. Yeah, I think I'm happiest not knowing what breeds mine are. They're good enough. Sometimes when the cat just like hangs out of my lap like this and I just find myself absent-mindedly petting the cat while like speaking with somebody or doing something else, I feel like the villain from Spice World. That's my favorite trope. That's my favorite movie trope of evil person has cat, is the bad guy from Spice World. I am dying to watch that movie again and I can't find it anywhere. No, I've never seen any James Bond films. I don't know what Dr. No is either, but Spice World made a big impact on me. They had a bus jump over a bridge. Spoilers. Austin Powers is also something I have not seen. You know what I put on last night? Out of desire to watch like a half-hour thing and a desire to find out if I liked it anymore this time, is I put on Seinfeld. So there should be a treasure or maybe just a corpse or something around here. I don't see it, honestly. I wonder if you have to be Horde. You might have to be Horde. Or maybe there's prerequisites. It's just a treasure chest. Oh well. Down the hole? I just don't see it on my map. Also, which hole? I don't see a hole. Seinfeld is hilarious. Yeah, and I watched it as a kid, and I remember not enjoying it as much as Friends, because Friends was more colorful. And I guess, I mean, Friends also had some adult humor, but I was able to keep up a little bit more. And I remember Seinfeld just being really boring and looking very kind of washed out and dated. But I put on the first episode last night, and I don't find Jerry Seinfeld that funny. I guess he's just not really my particular cup of tea, but every other character was so good that I feel like I'm probably going to rewatch the whole thing for the first time as an adult and probably get a bigger kick out of it. But Ujai, have you seen Spice World? Because if you haven't, it's kind of difficult to watch. Yeah, I didn't like Seinfeld back then, but I got a huge kick out of it last night, so I'm probably gonna give it another try. Yeah. I will say my opinion of Spice World is colored by watching it for the first time as a mega fan of the Spice Girls and also a young female child that was very into that kind of thing, but... Impossible to watch, and a VHS is like extremely expensive. Yeah, and I don't even have a VHS player. There has to be some tangle with like the rights for it for some reason. Oh well. Alright, forgetting that treasure, if we move on, we need to head up north and try to find... Not you. Not you. That one. Son of Goromal. I thought there were two of them up here. Maybe Goravax as well. VHS players are usually much less expensive. I just don't want to have one in my house. It's just another thing that's gonna get dusty that I just don't want to store. Oh, hi Bun Bun. You doing good? Think about the pig from Chicken Little. Why? Okay. So I guess he's just not up. Son of Goromal spawns here. Does not appear to be available. Torgoroth, that's who I'm looking for. Oh, he sings Wannabe with the Ugly Duckling. Do you remember how many chests you opened till the mount dropped? I don't, unfortunately. It was quite a few. What music have I been listening to? I let my speaker do it, and it kind of comes up with... Hi, Bun Bun. I know, we're 15 minutes. I let my smart speaker do it, and what it mostly ends up playing me is like calm jazz, you know, background beats, focus music, that kind of thing, because that is usually what I put on if I'm either doing keys or if I'm trying to work. And I'm kind of at a loss right now in that I'm not super into any particular pop music, and that's usually what I listen to when I'm like cleaning or cooking, so I'm kind of looking for something to get back into. I was out walking yesterday and I had some headphones in, and I just told my library to shuffle, and it came up with an album from The Neighborhood that I had downloaded when I was like, or I bought it when I was probably 19, 20. And I enjoyed it. Nostalgia, I suppose. Okay, this guy's not up. He's just straight up not up. There's no point in farming trash. He's not here. By the DVD. I don't have a DVD player either, and I also don't really want to get one. I just want to be able to have it digitally. Oh, man. But it's funny how different albums can really take you back to a different point in your life, because I always, whatever I was doing, I would always spend a lot of time when I was younger listening to music. I would have entire albums that I would download, and I would put them onto my phone or my iPod or whatever it was. And I would just ride the bus to school or, you know, walk to work or whatever it was, and I would just listen to the same things on repeat for years during whatever phase of my life it was. So there are certain albums that can just instantly teleport me back. Not necessarily to good times, but you know, if you've heard them enough. So you listen to G-Idol? I haven't really put on any K-pop in a while. I haven't heard anything from them. I bet they put on a good show, though. Facebook blocked. Yeah, it's also even before it was blocked, Facebook is just gives me the heebie-jeebies, and I don't go there anyways. In theory, I think every time I put out a set of raid guides, I find my business login long enough to post it to that page. the one time out of due diligence, and then I go back to pretending the whole thing doesn't exist. Canada have yellow school buses, or are they some weird Canadian color? I think it depends on where and whose school buses they are. Certainly some of them are yellow. I think the ones that I rode growing up were. Bus service also kind of varies based on where you are. I was looking for Goragak. I guess he's not up. I found so many rares up so easily that every time that there's a rare that's just has the audacity to be not spawned, I'm like, but it's supposed to be here. Yeah. Found a Facebook account that has Spice World uploaded. And but yeah, aside from mining my own past for nostalgia, I haven't really been putting anything on. Something will find me. Eventually. You don't look for music. Music finds you. Looks very 90s. I like watching movies from the 90s and the 2000s that have a heavy dose of the fashion and style from that time. I will spend half of the movie kind of paying attention to what's going on, and the other half of the movie just devouring everybody's outfits with my eyes. There's just the things that people put on as clothes. Just makes me so happy. Rewatching Friends, one of my favorite things is Phoebe carries so many different purses. She has endless bags, and they're all wild. Her outfits were excellent and worth rewatching just on their own. Well, no rares over here. I guess I can check Orgrind as well. I was gonna run another raid, but I'm just kind of having fun flying around looking for rares. Probably love hackers. When is it set? Okay, there are how many things do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where are they? There's one there. Yeah, sure, we're not that far. We'll just go take a look at it. But yeah, I also I get an extra kick if it's something that's from the era when I was young, so any like teen movies from, 2004 through 8, 2002 through 8 maybe, hit a little different just out of nostalgia. It's our first movie from like 92, mid 90s, extremely cyber. Oh. We've kind of left the word cyber behind, haven't we? I don't know how long it's been since I've heard somebody refer to cyberspace. Alright, Chara's here, and he could drop me a Smoldering Fist. It's a mace. I think maybe I don't know if they have to drop it, but I feel like it's not like other rares where they have a big loot pool. Ooh. Oh, it has that. It's not enchanted. It just looks like that because he was on fire. Well, hang on a second. Now it's changed color. Oh, well. Gnarljaw spawns... I lost him. Okay, just a little bit south of here. Yeah, I like outfit watching and people watching, but I don't do it too much in public because I don't want to like be rude and stare at people. So that's why TV is good. People on TV, you can stare at them that's the whole point. Watching Friends as an adult is so much harder for me. I had on my rewatch, I still really enjoyed it, but I had a great deal less patience for a lot of the characters. Ross in particular, I couldn't handle. It wasn't charming for me anymore. Just wear sunglasses, yeah. King Slime. This isn't why I came down here. I've gone on a journey. I've gone on an adventure. I don't know what I set out to do today. I don't think it was this, but I'm not mad at it. I've gotten a bunch of new Mog. I was here for Gnarljaw. That's why I came here. Maybe he also spawns in the same cave. No, I missed Buffy. I never saw it. Minerva 1187. Thank you for the 32-month resub. Ahoy! Ahoy! I think you wanted to level your shaman? No, she's stuck in the cave. She lives in the cave and she can't leave. I can check her one more time before I log off today. Because I've decided that I just want those axes and I can't let them go. I can't leave the Northern Barrens. Those 2 axe appearances are just tormenting me. So by necessity, she can't leave. She lives in a cave. Used to go to the mall in high school, people watch. Play the There's Your Boyfriend / Girlfriend game. What did I miss? Oh, she's just sitting out front of the Wailing Caverns entrance because there's a couple rares that spawn there that have axe appearances. And as long as she's in Chromie time, there's less competition for them, but they're like 18-hour spawn time rares there, or something in that general category anyway. Hold some amount of people watching equity. My cat's a bit grunty, which she gets when she's tired. I slept like a rock last night, and I feel like I could have slept like another hour or 2. Oh, there we go. That's one that I need. This could drop me a cloak. These were such beautiful areas. These like overgrown vine areas with the batani. I liked that a lot. Oh, nope. Did not drop. All right. What about this one? A little bit north of here. Have I tried catching butterflies yet? For the rare in Waking Shores, or just like as a general pastime? I err on the side of leaving outdoor creatures to their own devices in real life. I have done the Waking Shore. Yeah, I've done the Waking Shore one. Not usually of my own accord. Usually, all right. So the Onyx Flayer probably lives in the cave. He doesn't seem to be up. Yeah, no, it does not seem to be up. Okay. What about Vino Lasix? This is so lucky that they're all just right next to each other. Last epic spawn camp for me. How about in OTH? Oh, how about both? Yeah. As a child, I had a butterfly net that was given to me by... There we go. We're looking for a dagger from this thing. Like a grandparent or something. There we go. I don't know what the end game of catching butterflies is, though. Is that a dagger? That is a dagger! That is a funny-shaped dagger. Yeah, catch and release fishing is quite popular here too. There's laws about what you are and are not allowed to retain. And there's things like catch limits and seasons and whatnot. That's a meat cleaver last time I checked. Maybe I can get some of the general Mog in Everbloom. That's a quick run, right? Poundfist 18 hours when it was live. I procrastinated on that farm so long that eventually I just didn't, I think I just had somebody summon me to it. Somebody just found one and I just got looped in. I think that's part of why I'm so lazy about procrastinating on farms that I don't want to do, is sometimes they get harder because I procrastinated. But most of the time, if I put them off long enough, something just happens. I've been rewarded for my laziness too many times. Everbloom. Really? 11 of 12 things? Alright. Heroic. Heroic Everbloom. Trying to get a mossy skull. Wouldn't there be generic? Anyways. Just hope for the best. Hate flaying the little ones? Yeah. There's definitely I'm only keeping a fish if I intend to eat it. And if it is worthwhile to eat for the time it would spend processing it, you know. Little ones can go back in and get bigger. live out their lives with their new piercings. Put off farming the jellyfish mount until someone listed it for 500 gold in the auction house for no reason. There's a deal. Waiting for the rain to slow. It sounds fun. I'm doing a lot of house hunting. Not that I'm buying anything in the short term, but I'm certainly collecting a lot of data about what different things cost and what they have and where they are and that kind of thing. And one of the things that I sometimes think about when I look at a place is how far is it from groceries? How far is it from a hardware store? How far is it from a fishing spot? What's that fishing spot like? That kind of thing. I don't know if I'll continue fishing my whole life. I have a tendency to kind of rotate through hobbies, but I enjoyed it so much last summer that I feel like it would, you know, especially if you lived close to someplace. House hunting releasing back into the wild. I mean, I release every house that I see on my walks back into the wild by walking by them and not claiming them as my own. 19 hours for Pound Fist. Oh, yeah, that's a long time. How far is it from a WMD target? That I do not know what you mean. When you say WMD, my first thought was Warrior Mage Druid, and that can't possibly be what you mean. Where are all the WMD teams at? Ally McBeal by chance. The name rings a bell, but I couldn't tell you what she does. I got a belt. That's something. Oh, yeah. How do you not know? I don't know. How do you know about it? It doesn't sound like something very relevant to my regular everyday life. Holy smokes. Is there a spider in here? Hello. Oh, I have to click the eggs. That's right. Okay. Haven't heard of that show in years. The one with the dancing baby? Erotic attorney show from the 90s. Okay. Is that related to the weapons thing, or are we having two different conversations? Was the attorney acting on behalf of homeowners who lived too near to nuke target zones? Have a great weekend. I hope the fish are biting. Different discussion. Okay. That's good, I think. Holy smokes, I'm over my head. Never saw much of it. Recently found out on Disney Plus. I am regretting my decision to come here and kill the spider boss. I'm not even 100% clear on what... Oh no, I guess there's a bunch of generic mog that could drop from it. So killing an extra one doesn't hurt. What were your guys' favorite, like, after-school shows to watch
Phase 2.
in school? Like, before high school and I guess after you were old enough to watch TV on your own. I got a shield. I can't use that. Pokemon anime, Arthur. MTV Raps. Ally McBeal, apparently. I don't have a video on the trading post. What I would say is just to kind of click through the different options. So if you go to your traveler's log, just kind of click through the different things and scroll through the options and just see what sounds easy to you. Some people might, like I did a pet battle one because I figured it would be, like I had the pets for it and it seemed pretty reasonable to just do 2 pet battles, but somebody without the pet battles might skip that one, you know. See what sounds up your alley. DuckTales, MTV. Gonna watch the MDI? Probably not. I haven't watched a lot of esports in a long time. I am a little worried that if I have kind of a growing, I don't know, a more narrow scope of the types of things that I'm interested in, and I'm not it's not that I dislike other things, I'm just not really invested in them. And I'm a little worried that if I get a little too apathetic towards all of the various media properties of the world, I'm going to have nothing to talk to anybody about. Metabots. Pile over to this one girl's house, watch the Muppet Show. Oh, that sounds fun. Muppet Show's so underrated. We had a TV station with young people doing segments about gaming, movies, hardware. Was anarchy and extremely fun to watch. That sounds really cool. I think I would have really liked that as a kid. What did I watch? I think after school was more about, I would come home from school, I would eat something. Maybe this is high school I'm thinking of. I would eat something and then I would go to bed. I would nap after school from like 4:30 until 7. Because I was just tired, man. Alright. I'm gonna take this character home, clean out her bags. I would watch stuff in the morning because the way that everybody's schedules worked out, I was the last one to leave the house in the morning. So I had an extra like 45 minutes home alone every day before I had to leave for school. And that's time that you get to eat whatever snacks you want, as long as nobody notices they're missing, and go and watch television. I would put on Kim Possible, and I would eat ramen at 8 a.m. in the morning. And then I would bring something else to school for lunch. Bowl of cereal after school and then go to bed while the TV's on. Dad set up an anvil so his daughters could do blacksmithing. Oh, that's awesome. What would I do when I went to my friends' places? I mean, that was when I was a bit older. We would try to close a lot. My best friend had a mom that liked thrifting a lot and had an excessive amount of clothes around the home. It was a little bit reminiscent of hoarding, but as a teen that just wants to like dress up, there was so many wild, ridiculous, fabulous things that you could find. And, you know, you put on like the shoulder length evening gloves and you find like the sequined coat and you just dress up and hang out and have tea parties and stuff. I feel like I was invested in tea parties as like a 15-year-old in the way that I don't know if youth are these days. My friends and I thought we were so fancy, getting all dressed up and then having tea with each other. Bunch of Canadian teenagers. Think of them getting Kim and Ron together. They did what? Did burglars ever try to get in? No, but, well, maybe once. It's hard to tell when you're a teenager because it's natural to be kind of nervous in general. So something could be like the wind or just like a lost neighbor knocking on the door and you could be sure that they're going to come in and kidnap you. I don't think so. Tea crew, we went to a place that had 20 plus different teas, tried them all. All right, I finished my alchemy knowledge for the week. Go me. Not falling behind this time. For all the, maybe it'll come in handy later. I'm just kind of filling out my file tree. A little extra skill with air files. I would doubt that any of them would be very profitable. I guess I can take a look. Convergent is not really worth it. Draconis is a little bit worth it. It's less profit per craft, but it's lower investment per craft too. Plus they sell a little bit more readily. Air files, we're saying barely profitable in static empowerment. That's not really worth making. Alacrity. What are charge files of alacrity? Speed files. Oh, are people buying those? Why do those have a decent sale rate? People buy speed files. Do people use them just for outdoor content? That's weird. What about frost files? Glacial Furies are not profitable. Tepid Versa, not 16 gold per. That's almost worth doing. Make enough of them. I'm not gonna worry about it. Where's the crafting cost? I want to say somewhere. You press enough buttons on that interface. Oh, she's so cute with her hat, but I didn't realize it was open in the back. I gotta get her a haircut. She's cold. All those tanks running away from me healing, I swear. Oh, dear. Let's see if the other rare spawn for Honeyplum. She killed Tragor this morning. hard enough to not let the cold bother her. I suppose so. You know what? She is tiny and her heart is closer to her head and her limbs. So I feel like she would have a better job of staying warm. That's my running theory for why my hands and feet are always cold, is I'm just too long. My heart, you know, it does its best to get the blood down there, and it's like, oh, it's so far. Plus, they have more surface area through which to cool. You know, it's like pouring tea out of a teapot from like a really high distance, so it cools on the way down. You're just not getting very much heat through there. All right, looks like they are not up. This is where I live. Better luck next time. You know what's great for warming up hands, though? Is really warm little kitty cats. Hi. Although I feel like I spend more time warming her up than the other way around. I think she's ignoring me. She does a thing sometimes where I'll walk in on her and she'll be just like napping on top of my bed. And I can tell that she's awake because she will swivel her ears around to listen to me to track where I am in the room. And I'll talk to her, and normally if she's up, she'll respond to me, she'll chirp, or she'll just kind of like look at me or get up or come over or whatever. But if she wants to be sleeping and she doesn't want to get up, she'll do this thing where she pretends to continue to sleep. And you can tell that she's not breathing as deeply, she's swiveling her ears around in a way that she doesn't when she's actually out. But it's very funny, she's like, Mom, not now. I'm 5'10". Activation noise. Hi, you getting up? No? Alright. I'm gonna wrap up for today, but I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, same time, same place. We'll find something comfy to do. Appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.